I feel Justin. Sorry for Justin with like his like both of your wedding being the same year as the royal wedding. Like, wait, you gotta follow these.
I'm gonna have a kick-ass party. It's gonna have a fucking ball pit and a cotton candy making machine.
Oh, you didn't have a royal crowning or something like what the hell?
This is gonna be like a 10-year-old president with a 4 times the size cake.
Justin, you ready to carry that sword?
Cupcakes.
I will have a sword.
I'm gonna have a real Bavarian twisting pretzels.
Wait, are we?
You're German. No. Bavarian.
No, that's gonna be powerful.
It's like, oh.
Ready?
Robert the Bellu. You know what I'm thinking?
Rise,
Eric Wang now. He's sitting up
Rise.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Maybe his light show is actually really nice.
Actually, you might not leave this stuff here. That's fine.
They usually kick 11:30.
What's your excuse?
Oh, not going?
Yeah.
For AC? Dude, I actually, they let me go.
What do you think of
my
it?
new job.
You'll know because yesterday
already.
Yesterday, tomorrow.
It's an advertising
I'll be
agency.
kind of like floating around there.
They hired me.
It's how I beat drinking soda every night.
It's
like if I had like 20 bottles.
That one's
yeah. So
I got paid like 3 weeks ago. Like,
It says no sugar.
I
like it though. It's like $4.
But if you want to cut it like 12 times larger.
I'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, JT.
I would like it if you
just a couple bit.
Yeah, thanks.
Because got that.
I mean, we're heading back. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. We're heading back around 11:30.
The dentist.
I'll see what's up because Sunday.
I guess.
You know you're going down there for Anime Next, right?
Right.
You do know the anime convention's in Atlantic City this weekend, right?
He's going. We had this originally planned. We just wanted to gamble.
Yeah.
Actually, we
If the weather was nice, we were going to call
Nice.
If we didn't have to go to dinner because it was a harass with making sure you go to dinner,
you don't want to hang out with us all day.
would
We had this plan like,
It's all good.
Yeah. It's like
we had a Facebook thing that was like, hey, let's see who else wants to come.
I'll see what's up.
Yeah, we got one tonight.
Really quick. We're gonna stay
So, Ashley, you have a job. You have to convince him to come with us. I almost got him. I'm close.
Oh, he made a promise.
Justin is some kind of asshole. It's like a certain tweak of asshole.
Please come. You don't have to gamble. I don't gamble a lot.
Don't do the pleading.
No.
You already got me made a promise. Yes,
our cousins.
I know it's kind of bad. I know it's bad.
It's tomorrow.
Right, and the baby's gonna be
You
born
don't
in
have to
August
gamble.
1st or around.
I'm just kind of curious.
We're gonna charge
How often
people
do you
at
come
the
to
door.
South Plainfield to transport this kid?
Well, with the Giant Productions crew at Mario.
Oh, where's
Because I guess
I haven't had to do
Keyboard.
it this week. I did it, I think, once last
I think I only need the mic.
I do it at least once a week on average.
No,
And it's only that one
I
case.
can't play it either. It's
That
fine.
one specific kid to one house
Fine,
to
we'll get
another.
a new one.
Yeah, there's this one lady
We'll
who
get a second
fosters
virtual reality.
like all the
and
time.
People just flipping themselves
Do you
around.
find habitual fosterers and they just do it for the money or something like that?
It's an expensive
I don't
concept.
think this
but
lady does it for
Hopefully
the
it's a
money.
combination
There's
of
still a
both.
lot of like
The money should incentivize them to do a good job.
This one?
Hopefully if they keep doing it, they get
I only
good.
bought one.
Right.
Are we on?
I mean,
As the brightest minds of Oxford and Cambridge, we Jews have been sent to save the priceless shekels and plant specimens of goys for the eternal winter. Wait, what?
Foster children?
Wait, what? Foster children?
You need to be in someone specific.
Just keep it to normal, because hard is like,
hard.
it's stupid.
Yeah.
You go through
Like,
an
you fuck up
extensive
once and that's
background
it.
check, and then you go through extensive training.
Oh,
before
more
you-
snow.
It's
Okay.
nothing like Annie anymore.
Oh yeah, you guys left in the middle of this last
You can't
time.
just pick
Oh yeah.
We made a concentration camp
Oh yeah.
You made a concentration camp?
to save humanity.
No,
The
it's so much
Jewish-
concentration camp as it was an execution
Reclaim,
platform.
like,
Alright,
3
this is
kids.
also true.
I mean,
Wet Willies
Wait, what?
tomorrow.
What?
What?
Alcoholic slushies.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of Wet
Oh,
Willies.
I
think we
understood
need to
that.
bring the swirly back.
That was English.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
alcoholic slushies.
And that
Oh,
was
that
the
makes
sugar.
sense.
And that was
I
the
say we bring the
sugar-free one.
swirly back.
Sugar-free
I
Jello.
said we let them all die in little
No.
It's a
They-
lie.
It was
They give us Jello
sugar-free.
shots.
No.
You'd like it.
No, it was
Have you ever
sugar-free.
gotten
The
a
actual
swirly?
slushie
Oh, the
was
slushie.
sugar-free.
The last time I did cello shots, it
Oh
was
my
not a fun
gosh,
time.
For a couple hours,
I
we
don't
were.
think
Messed
girls
up?
generally give up.
No, No, like we didn't black out, but like.
Oh, what time are you guys getting?
Hello, creative. It's time for the Ice Age.
We'll probably be down there by 10:30.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
leave a little bit
you
early.
only
I
have
might
46
stop in
goys
the
to worry
car.
about.
Get in line,
But
get my ticket for the con.
you also
I
have to
just
save
wanna
the
get
seedlings.
on
The
that,
ratio
yeah.
and the possibility of it happening could be higher.
Be like.
So every time it gets too cold for the seed vaults, you'll see a little icon pop up and it'll start to count down.
Unless they have.
Why didn't they put it closer?
Why did they put it
Like the
closer?
likelihood
You
of a
did this
guy
already?
needing
Holy
to
shit.
use the toilet.
Wait,
Is it on?
Nope.
You're right.
Less.
You're right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
no cold.
water
Yeah.
saving
So it does
and
come out pretty
energy
good.
saving uses.
You
do start off with one robot.
So, I just something. that-
Justin has to remember how to play, and he can't be Hitler this time.
So that's effective.
Carol's room.
That's like I get it. It's an anime convention. I'm a huge music guy.
you gotta-
Good luck.
You can convert her room to like a.
Just like,
bathroom or something.
Apparently, it's gonna become a men's room.
Is that a
Yours.
robotic
That's it.
spider?
I think I should
Yes.
just
All the rooms
forget that there's 3 bedrooms in the house.
So the thing with the scenario is that you don't have a lot of people. You have only
Make a walk-in
scientists and
closet
engineers.
and a
Right.
bathroom that
But you
has
could utilize a lot of
jacuzzi in it.
robots to automate stuff.
Monmouth
Right.
County's getting a lot
So
of.
And
robots
just make
are
an
expensive,
extended
but
master bed
they don't
set.
need to be hot. So
Your
you
mom
can put them out in the middle of nowhere
Yeah,
without
that's
any...
it.
Right.
Extra stuff.
Triumph is coming to Red
Yeah,
Bank.
my friend's house had it on the
Yeah,
So that'll be
second
their
floor.
third.
Yeah,
You
it's
said
jacuzzi,
urinal
yeah.
before, but now that you said jacuzzi, now it's a totally different
He's improved
conversation.
the concept.
It's just like, oh, no.
Well, in the
I don't
closet,
have
like
to
the
turn it
old
on yet.
closet,
Everybody's
that little
okay.
door, I can
Oh, God.
and there's a urinal.
And
Well, it's only -4.
Jersey Cyclones
Everyone's
on-
homeless.
I don't think
everyone's
I've ever had
cold.
a house that has a urinal.
Justin's already trying to make it Hitler
We're
again.
planning
But you
a
can't.
walk-in
You
closet
can only adapt.
bathroom to go with the master
I really
suite.
like the effects
That your
something
mom
like
lives
this.
in.
Radical treatment system.
Beautiful
For now.
transitions, like particle
Until she
effects and all that.
dies.
And that's what I'll probably have the money to do.
Keep them alive. What for?
Remember, you only have a few people.
Also,
When you have a house, you can be creative. You can make many
to save
mistakes.
humanity, you
Or
have to
just keep
save
it
the
simple.
humans. You know that's a requirement.
Damn it. Mark, you made this tough.
Jacuzzi, walk-in bathroom, urinal.
I can still do that.
Then we'll just refinance.
I mean, just because they're scientists doesn't mean they don't have the urge to beat the crap out of each other.
New law on this state.
Yes, my
I can't do that on
lord.
my own.
No one else
That
available.
wouldn't happen.
You need more stamps so you can buy more tendies. I see.
Honestly, this is like a really depressing version of Trigun. Well, Trigun itself is depressing, but
Plus, Trigun was kind of, desert.
yeah, but
Also, there's a
but yeah.
Trigun like anime.
Yeah, but the premise of it is
Oh,
that
so
they
W words.
So it's even more depressing that you're a virgin when you play Trigun.
Oh my god.
So Trigun was a story about space exploration, and they were moving humans off of Earth to populate other planets. But something goes wrong. They actually kind of like find an
So,
alien
Did
species.
Elon Musk
Yeah, I never really
actually
understood
put
that
seeds
portion of the
in
anime.
Yeah, it's very.
Did they
Tesla
find
so
it or
it
accidentally
lands
create
on the planet?
them?
No, they found them and kind of
Dumped it.
reanimated them.
What?
Yeah. They're the power source.
Somerville's getting a brewery too.
I thought they were the Power Glove.
I mean, 2001: A Space Odyssey, man.
What?
And the chimps at the end.
Yeah. I mean, the beginning.
At the beginning,
No one ever saw that movie.
They should put it.
No one knows when.
the first.
Oh,
20
there's a
minutes of
fourth
that
one
movie
too.
Apparently,
Down
was
south.
the most ridiculous I've ever seen.
Go
in
down
my
a little
life.
bit.
with that transition.
Another one.
Why
The
this?
monolith-
Technically, to win,
It's just that.
you only have to save one.
This one's the closest.
Hey,
Those three are all equally close, I think, or at least those two.
Yeah.
These two. And then this
it's
one
a
is the
Unix
furthest
server.
one.
What?
Like there are classic movies where I know enough about them just to be culturally literate, but I refuse to watch them
Because it was made before Jill.
Yeah,
Clockwork
all movies
Orange.
before Jaws are bad.
A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, I refuse to see that.
It's surprisingly
It's fucked
decent.
up.
Yeah,
it's
it's
good,
fucked
But that's
up.
not why. It's just that it's not very good. It's so bad that I haven't seen it. That's how bad.
Wait, so when was Jaws made?
75.
75?
Rob has a very illogical viewpoint when it comes to movies.
What? We afford it?
You should see it, just to see it.
Oh, hell no.
Interesting
I only have
concept. I
engineers.
agree with you. It's
Yes.
kind of corny in some parts, but it's
Hello,
interesting.
Fight 3.
Actually, you know what's a movie that's really good? Lawrence of Arabia. It's ridiculous.
Was it before 1975?
Yes.
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 And it wasn't good.
It was before
You failed before you began.
It's kind of like what
bathrooms.
Jesus did in Dante's
Find a
Inferno.
way to
Anyone
drink enough
born
water
before
every day to
Jesus, no
pee
matter
when
how
you
good they
You
are,
can convert one
still
of the
goes to
bathrooms
hell. They might go to the first
or-
circle where they don't suffer and they can actually see heaven, but they can't experience it.
Isn't that in itself a type of torture?
My home away from home.
It is. I mean, it is, but it's
I mean, I don't even have
virtuous
the
thing.
thing
It throws you right
Baptized
into
kids.
The
it.
men's bathroom.
I haven't even turned it on yet.
But you're not.
You're Jewish bastard.
But you
I don't
can't
have
really
to, they're
believe in
okay,
Jesus
see?
if you weren't there.
They're
before
just chilly.
He gave himself
Just chilly.
for sins.
There's only a low risk that they'll die.
I mean, isn't that weirdly hypocritical? So those people that died before Jesus was
Yeah.
born
Yeah, no, it
were
is.
boned. There's
Through no fault of their
Oh,
own.
I didn't
yeah. Well, no, the
You've not
original
enough
sin,
tendies.
right?
Yeah.
So are those all the ghosts that litter the earth because they were never saved?
No, there's no one. Some of them, most of them still went. They all went to hell. It's just they could not go to heaven, no matter how good.
Oh, so it's like that version of hell is more like a purgatory, not like a
no,
an actual-
no, no.
Remember, you can
No.
fast forward. in the
There's a
top middle.
purgatory. Purgatory is like a waiting room for heaven. It was completely made up after the fact, like in the Middle Ages. But when you're in purgatory, you will go to heaven. It's just atonement first. When you're in hell, you're in hell. That's it.
Oh.
We're afraid we'll freeze to death, please, Jewish master.
Nope. They follow it.
Nope.
There are other religions
chilly.
that have
You're all right.
afterlife perceptions a little bit different.
But it's dark out.
Yeah,
No
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
no
I mean,
sign
purgatory's
will
more of a
freeze.
Catholic thing anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what Protestants, particularly American
I thought
Protestants.
purgatory was like
Oh,
a
your robot can't refill if the thing ain't on.
Oh, damn it. Fine.
Oh no, that was Tombstone, wasn't it?
Maybe that my road to perdition.
No.
I like that when you turn on the heater, the snow actually melts off the
Okay.
buildings
13 monkeys?
that are within range.
Is that with Brad Pitt?
Can't remember. Kind of renaming.
Shutting it down again when I get the
Terrible
chance.
movies of the 90s.
Go in though.
Hey, how about this?
Where like
thing?
every
It's
thing
like the
was a
Jungle
different
Book
sin or
and
something like that.
Snow White.
I like the live action Jungle Book.
Which one?
Oh, the one where they're talking? I
Yeah.
didn't see that one. Yeah. I like the original one because they had some
I
really
was
good
more a
things
fan
in
of
that
Curious
one.
George.
Curious
That
George.
curious little bastard. What's he doing? Let's find out.
Yeah.
Tonight and in tonight's show, the part
Oh, I don't have any
of
people.
Curious George will be played
You
by
are correct.
Trayvon Martin.
This makes it different. I don't have anyone to do anything.
My
Wow. There's like 2 levels to that.
Yeah, I know.
He is
I said-
curious, and he might be a little more.
People are a very vital resource suddenly.
It's a racist ghost joke. That's what it is.
Oh, what
Can
the
you
fuck?
can you imagine like the first line? It's like what's that little monkey? That's not a monkey. That's a black kid. No, that's an actual monkey. No,
But
it's
no,
like,
no, it's a black kid playing a monkey. And then it's like, as you explain it, it becomes worse.
You're like,
That's the whole point of it.
Just playing the game just gets you deeper into it.
There's a friend of mine.
It'll be warmer
lives
in there at
Connecticut.
least.
He's from Connecticut, and he has like hoity-toity Greenwich friends. But one of
Hoity-toity.
them, despite coming from a hoity-toity family, is kind of a lowlife, and he has some lowlife friends. And one of them is an amateur rapper named Slavon Martin. I swear to God, Slavon.
Please, no, please bring no weapons.
It's terrible. Trayvon must be.
There's no weapons.
wow, the snow effects in this are insanely good.
This is why my video card can't handle it on my laptop.
Yeah.
I have one that's Bitcoin mining right now. I can bring it over.
How's Bitcoin doing right now?
Better than you, wage cuck. Better than you, wage cuck.
There we
My
go.
$200 didn't go very far.
What is it? It gets you like a coffee each week, right?
No.
Coffee a day.
Better coffee
okay, it's
a
even
day.
better.
Yeah.
Mark,
I have $20
I think
a
the
week,
Teamsters
a
are
little
going to
bit
do a
more
lot more justice for you.
And
than,
that's net.
than crypto.
It's
Yeah.
only a threat to
Because
go on
obviously
strike.
it's
It's not
taking
an
up
actual
power and
strike.
everything, right?
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
But like netting $20
negotiations are going on. This is basically the union's way of saying, if we don't come to an agreement, we're ready to go.
How do we get
not Oracle led me on.
What's up?
How do we get food again?
Mark, you know
It's
what
still
I'm
worth
gonna
it
say.
for me to
So,
keep them on.
Whatchamacallit, since you only have scientists, you'll have to build a hothouse eventually.
Because I'm out of food.
I do slightly.
You have 177 foods.
I probably should have bought some in 2012 when I had.
Oh,
I have zero food.
I'm
Like someone
That's
said,
raw
hey,
food?
let's buy some
This is
Michigan
the
Eagles.
thing,
What the hell is that? I didn't even understand what it was. It would have been a pretty good move back then.
It would have been your retirement.
under research, it's called a hothouse. It'll be under food.
Would have been way better. But
In
yeah.
2012,
Yeah, work your
you
way
were
to it,
still
boy.
under $11 each.
I'm gonna park
But where
at
would
the
you buy
it? You're right.
That's
Where would
next
you
to
buy
the
it?
convention center.
Those
And it's
exchanges
about
still
$20 a day.
existed.
Oh, I
back
didn't
then.
know that.
You could have even
Yeah.
done a PayPal
I didn't
payment
know.
through somebody else.
Far less demand, obviously.
Yeah.
You could have even just set up a transfer
Right.
privately.
Yep.
Privately.
Me if
Then you
they
wouldn't have had to pay any fees.
Oh, but if you're staying,
Other than the
if you're
transmission
staying,
fee.
they'll give you a parking voucher.
Oh, but
So you should park at
What I need to
Valley.
do is mine all the
So,
yeah, you know.
personal opinion? Get the beacon ASAP.
Somebody,
Yeah,
somebody,
Only because
Oh,
the
there's
sooner
a
you can
whale
start
in
making
China
robots, the
that's
better.
something like
He should park at Valley
almost
because
a
they'll,
million
since they're
Bitcoin
staying,
right
they'll
now.
get us a parking
Ah,
voucher.
shit.
Right.
Harpoon it.
Yeah.
Dude, do
in
whatever you
Stockton.
have.
Yeah,
Whales
save yourself the
because
money,
they
man.
will
I feel
What?
I feel
Oh, what
sad
crazy
because,
flavor.
since it's in like my name, the room,
Cashing out,
it's gonna
huh?
be my card, and I don't think
He like instantly put up like
Will and
a huge
Becky
supply
will have
of
that deal,
Bitcoin.
you know.
That's funny because
We don't want to be homeless, my lord.
kind of, but they still keep
Yeah.
doing
25 people.
I'm sorry, Will and Becky.
China, the great VPN of the
Yeah.
world.
China, I love China.
They get cards
Yeah.
and they earn enough points.
Yeah,
that they can get
Bitcoin
the
is
free
at
parking.
7,600.
Yeah, no, you're right. Even if
It's not doing well.
Yeah. If I had invested $5 grand, I would have
Justin.
made $3
What?
million.
Becky and Will probably have
Yeah,
to
you would have been
get
able to
cards
retire.
and play to
They
get
never-
free
they
We
don't
wouldn't
have-
know, Rob.
You,
If
you,
they don't have
you
it.
would
If I
have
earn
had
it, I'll
to
give
even
it to
gone
them. I don't
back to
care.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can earn it too. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, it
The
was
only thing
2013. My
Well,
friend
we
said,
need
let's buy
yours to
Bitcoin.
go,
And I
like,
had the
to-
money.
I don't know if you
I had
can
the
give
money.
yours.
Yeah, a
I had 20
$5,000
I had
If I'm
20
gonna
investment
get
would have
gambling
set
money,
you
how
for
do
the
I
rest of your
give you
life.
the money so the points go on your card?
You live on the 1 mil.
You know
Oh, you
what
just
I
have to
mean?
play
The
with
other
money.
two in
Yeah, exactly.
savings.
Yeah. So I'll just
You do one in.
I mean,
in
can you convert
you
chips
do
and
1
get the
million
points
in-
or whatever it is? Yeah.
Well, no, when you actually
Lower
play,
interest,
you
but-
give a player's.
Oh,
always
yeah. You put it in the
possibility
thing.
of playing your
every
money, and then you
other-
put the other million in high risk.
But I mean, they run
split it up.
promotions all the time for new members, so even if you sign
Let's
up,
get
you get
trashed.
free money.
Right.
We're scientists, exactly. Let's get trashed.
I feel bad for those 15 bitcoins that I had.
It doesn't
years
Ah.
ago, drive that went past
Oh, okay.
What?
with a key that no
I
longer
lost
exists
my
because
sans
Marvin
card.
doesn't do backups.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or was it parked?
Ouch.
Yeah.
I can't even remember what place
When
it
was the last time you imaged your hard drive? Never mind. We're not talking about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Sad face is sad.
Hey, look, if my hard
But then
drive
we'll
crashes
play,
with
we'll
all my
play, we'll have
movies,
dinner
I'm
probably around
pretty
6
sure
or 7.
nobody's going to be upset with it
I
except
think
for
we're
me.
gonna make
No, it's you,
reservations for the Italian restaurant.
See what I mean, man? It's a lot harder when you have people.
Okay.
Wait, there's no people in this.
You only have 46.
Oh, where's your hotel?
Let's start making
Valley?
society.
We're not staying.
You can't.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
We have
only
to-
have scientists.
Yeah, we have to go to a funeral.
Oh,
Sunday
nobody's
morning.
reaching
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
There's no kids
One
to
of my
put into
bridesmaids.
slavery.
Mother, she passed. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's
So basically,
weird
he has to
because
find
I
the
could be like,
plans
if
to
you
make
wanted
more
postpone
robots.
The,
That's how he's gonna survive or
casino
die.
thing for
he
another
doesn't
day.
find
It's up to you, you know.
Nah, we've had
His
plans,
mind.
He's continuing
so-
from a game.
Yeah.
No, this is the
The
second
funeral's
scenario.
not till like 10 a.m.
Oh.
on Sunday, so.
Very nice.
We
He won the
can't stay
first
as
round
long
somehow
as
by
we wanted
becoming
to
Hitler.
on Saturday, tomorrow, but
Right.
Do what you gotta do.
Out of all
we'll
people,
still,
Justin.
We'll still.
I know!
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
Out of all
Yeah.
people.
The title of this video is "A
Probably
Jewish Guy Builds a Concentration
The
Camp."
latest.
How did the anti-Hitler guy
11,
becomes
12.
the Hitler guy?
Yeah.
A whole like
Instead of,
18
like,
people survived
1, 2
out of how many hundred?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
You had like 18 people survive out of
Oh,
like
yeah.
300 or something.
Yeah.
The game's like, don't you feel that? He's like, no, because we survived.
I don't know what's going
We're
on.
good.
This is how we survive. Can't believe he's leaving.
Is he for real?
Supposedly.
Who's
Are they
what?
gonna
Rick.
kill him off?
Andrew Lincoln.
Oh, he's leaving.
He's sick of playing his character.
Oh, JT? I only caught the last couple things and it totally made sense to me.
Wait, so when he leaves, will he have his like British accent?
Yeah, it's like, where'd that come from?
Apparently, the character who plays Daryl's earning like $20 million a year.
Damn.
No,
just to not leave the
So
show.
when the dude dies, the last thing should be done in a British accent. Be like, I always wanted to do that before I died.
Yeah.
He's only signed on to do 6 more episodes.
So he's gonna die.
So
in the
we're not
fifth
even
one.
getting a full season out of him.
No, he's gonna die in the 5th one. They're gonna have a funeral.
Either he
on the
dies
6th.
or they write him off somehow. Like Morgan, like, oh, walk off into the sunset.
Well,
No, but Morgan's on Fear now.
I know, except
What happened?
imagine if he walked off to the sunset and didn't appear on Fear and make it good.
Kid Flash.
or imagine he walked onto the sunset as a zombie.
You know Kid Flash.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
He died
He's
standing up.
leaving the
He
show.
died standing
They're
up.
writing him off.
Is he? Because he went
Not
to the other
perm-
show.
No, they're writing him off altogether.
Oh.
He wants
Get
out.
back
He may
to
show
work.
back up
It's gonna be
randomly,
the
but
beginning
he's
of
not
the
going to be a
end.
season regular.
Okay.
So they're writing Kid Flash off the show. The person,
Is Coral there?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Sister.
First one.
That came out of nowhere, too.
Right.
Yeah.
You did tell me that. I haven't.
It's a shame because now they're both going to be off the show.
No, no, no.
So what's gonna happen
Nick?
with the baby?
So they,
No, I meant,
they literally
Rick
got rid of
and
half of the
Carl.
original
Oh,
cast.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
But
and
on
then-
Fear,
after a
Nick?
while.
Fear got
Arrow
good.
got rid of half of their cast from the original cast.
They made the original characters villains, and I
The
really
only
like that.
people that
They got dark.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like, we hate all these characters. Ooh, they're bad guys. Ooh.
his wife
Yeah.
and Big Old Thing.
But Nick with the flowers, like Lizzie with
On
the
Arrow.
flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Everybody
Ooh, I
else from the
didn't realize
original
that.
Yeah,
first
right?
2 seasons.
Wait,
I
what?
thought you
What
said
happened?
Flash.
Yeah.
Fear the Walking
Flash
Dead?
Oh, no, I
lost.
didn't see it. Alright.
It's actually gotten much better.
Harrison Wells left
Are you
again.
caught up on Fear?
But he comes
But-
back
Yeah,
in
and
season.
It's still better
That's
than it
different
used to be.
Harrison
Yeah.
Wells,
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm not pleased with it, but it's not bad.
It's
so.
better.
So
The first 3 seasons were garbage, basically.
I think
Yeah,
Max
first
is
2,
dead.
a lot of season 3 was very good.
Alright, I think we finally found a scenario Justin cannot somehow pull an upset out of.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
still can see. Yeah, but
I'm imagining.
you got your seat back, boy.
Not
I'll
yet.
go grab myself a photo in chat.
Yeah.
Like a communist.
I'm gonna.
This is-
Oh,
What
you
is
just
this?
said it, so now I gotta bring it up. So Mark,
Ah.
does this game, this situation remind you of your workplace right now?
At times.
Is this like a funky version of Command and Conquer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Version of SimCity.
Both. And
Oh,
your
excuse me.
place wants to go on strike, right? What are they gonna say when they're striking?
So
Socialist.
the goal in this game is to
what
generate enough
logic?
heat that you don't.
We're gonna
die.
starve to death.
No.
Maybe yes.
Unions
Mark.
are a socialistic.
This game is
mechanism.
based on the fact that you have to keep.
Humanity
People.
alive.
Yeah, but you have to keep it warm enough that they don't die.
Exactly. The sun went to sleep. The whole Earth is basically day after tomorrow. If you remember that movie,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Keanu Reeves is
No,
in
it's
it.
too
It's worth.
much.
It's worth seeing
Yeah.
once.
Too many people are referencing it.
Ice
gotta
Age.
see it.
So
Oh my
basically,
God,
see, it says negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit.
So the end game is the fact that there's enough heat where everything gets hot again and people are wearing shorts and they're partying at
No,
the beach.
no. The end game is there's a giant storm coming. And it's gonna drop to negative 300 something, and you just have to survive it.
That's
Passing
less
over.
than absolute zero.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, no. There's no such thing as absolute zero.
Yes, there is.
Well,
So,
theoretically.
we have the concept.
Well,
of
it's
it.
been
Yeah.
it's been created in the lab.
Yeah.
Really?
We have the concept of it.
Huh. I mean, it's basically stasis.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
yeah, this is what's left of humanity, and just trying to keep them alive until the world.
This is a terrible game to play. It's sad.
It's depressing as shit. The first scenario Justin played, he should not have
Can't you play
survived.
Doom where you
Moonshine
run
for
around
all.
shooting things from hell with
I'm like
guns
just so
that don't exist.
desensitized.
So Marv,
yeah. It's kind of like Stop Playing from the Winter. Sorry.
see in the bottom center it says discontent and hope.
This is worse.
Yeah.
Those are basically your health bars. If discontent gets maxed out, the game gives you one chance to get it down or lose. And if hope
I
goes
haven't
bottomed
gotten
out,
a
you get
case
same
in
thing, one
South
chance to get it back
Springfield
up.
yet, so It's not.
When he
it's
played
not
this the
a bad
first
thing
time-
being a foster.
Yeah, yeah.
He went
I know
down
in
the
South
fucking
Plainfield, the
Hitler
weirdest fact
path,
I know is
basically.
that we had 22.
He declared a new world order and basically started executing
not
it.
cool.
And
Yeah,
it was
it's not.
insane.
It's not.
It
But
was
the
terrible.
heroin is a
You do what you
big
gotta do.
problem
Somehow
in
survived.
the county
Yes.
and the state.
Yeah, and a lot of it's
Yeah.
coming from Edison, believe it or not. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Edison.
So, do you need
Yeah.
a new
Yeah.
laptop, and do I have to try to make a deal
Well, with
to
this
actually
grand
find
jury,
two for a good price?
Yeah.
Find out a lot
Oh,
of
he's in
stuff.
grand jury?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I feel so
See, if you
sorry.
have one you're looking to
Since
sell,
March.
I'll
Oh,
consider
you're still in it?
He's done
Yeah,
next
mine's
month.
not
It's
gonna
once a
help
week,
out.
isn't it?
Yeah, once
Yeah.
a
So
week.
it's
You're
for a
better
while.
off with
Yeah.
yours than
How
mine.
many weeks?
Okay.
18.
I have more
Yeah.
memory,
Yeah.
but I
I
have
got a
slower
grand jury
thought.
notice, but I didn't get picked. I was like, thank goodness.
Like, the
Oh, I
specs
was-
on this are not bad, it's just the video card that's the bottleneck.
Yeah,
It was weird
but
because
your computer will
they were
run
picking
Diablo
people
better than
and
mine
they picked
would.
an Indian woman.
How much
She
you
said
wanna
she
pay
couldn't
for
do it.
mine?
All right. And they picked an
I'd
Indian
give you
dude.
50
He could
bucks
just like, oh no,
for it.
they're going down
Ouch.
the Indians. They're going to get to me.
I'll take my chance on that anyway. So,
But
no
the guy
disrespect.
before me, or
I
one
know.
of the guys, he said, yeah, he could do it. And it's like,
Unless you're getting married.
You're
Yeah.
my
February.
I was so
you're,
afraid.
you're
that
my
he
friend,
was
but
like, I'm a
I
liberal.
still have to.
Yeah. I know.
I still
I
want a
know
new
what-
laptop.
What my finances will allow me
I'll
to
say
do.
all the things. Whatever I
Like
have
these
to say.
computer repair jobs that I just did, plus the
I mean,
Bitcoin
you
for the
really
week covered
find
my
out
expenses for
through
my
grand
purchase.
jury, like,
Repair
I'm surprised you're still
No,
getting
no,
anything
no,
from
no.
Bitcoin.
He's
under
mining it.
what?
That's
I'm
what's the
mining
term you
all-
use, Justin?
I know, but
like
with it being
under,
lower, it's
But I'm
Yeah.
mining
The, like-
alternate coins.
like
It's
the-
based on whatever
the
my system
alternate
decides
universe,
what's the most profitable.
He
you
got me on
know,
that.
all the
It's
bad
called
stuff.
Recovered
Like, how do you
treasure.
phrase it?
How do I what?
Are you still running?
You
it?
phrase your court
Yeah, yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
sometimes.
Under-
Not all the
Because
you
we're
using
not
the CPU
associated
too?
with it.
You,
But,
when I
like-
do, yes. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I
Homer
use
Simpson?
You can set it up to mine
Like
whenever
the
you're not
criminal
active.
activity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
That's the.
You call it
like the
something
screen
like-
or whatever, right?
Yeah, the away mode.
Yeah, when I'm developing, when
Underworld?
I'm kind of working on something,
Something
I turn
like
that off
that.
just so
Yeah.
it won't.
Criminal
You know,
Inhibit
no.
your system.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It kind
The
of.
Like-
broken
Yeah, I
information.
just
Like,
got
because we're not associated, we're
Rob
not
2
aware of
monitors.
it. But
Oh.
we,
and a
Oh.
but
station
you
up
became
for
aware of
you
it
to
with
think
your
about.
grand
Is that
jury.
because
I
he blew out
became
his
aware
back?
of it with my
The
job.
circles you run in.
Yeah.
His bag's
Oh.
fucked up.
You just
Yeah,
don't know.
no.
Yeah.
He has time to work on the website
Oh,
now.
so
Yeah, I mean,
maybe parts
as
of other
fucked up
groups
as that
you don't
sounds,
notice
he
it,
has
but you
time
see
now.
a pattern.
He's
Yeah.
very focused.
Yeah.
I
Like, he
gave
sees it
him.
at grand jury.
I dropped
I
off
see
2
it at
monitors
work.
to
Must
him,
research something.
and he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah,
I
let's check
see it.
out
Right.
the
I forgot.
laptop
They
and
have
see what
like
we
a-
can do with it." I ordered the wrong
Like
docking
most of the
station.
people I
for
work
it.
with are colored.
Because
Like black
apparently
from the
Novo
Bronx
has
and
like
Brooklyn.
3 different
It's either
connectors.
They just kinda have a
sawmill
weird
or steel mill.
disposition
What's
where
up
they
with
hate the
Rob
system.
physically?
Gotta get
They
some
hate
resources.
people.
He's
They had this weird dreaded
Doing all the
thing,
construction
and it's
and
like,
everything.
You know,
And
you're hurting yourself if
he
you
used to do a lot of extreme
listen to
sports
the
when
other
he was
side.
younger.
You're actually
Oh,
hurting
see, I
a
didn't
lot
know
of
that.
falls.
I didn't know
know.
that.
Yeah.
So he
You know.
he
But they
broke
don't
his
know
back
any
bad.
different. That's
Oh,
what
Hey, Justin.
He
should
knows
know
when
the
it's
customs.
bad.
I think it's gonna get cold
I
again.
assumed
I
that-
tried
Yeah,
to-
not
Really,
yet.
really soon.
Wait,
I
not
actually
yet.
got them
No,
to
it's physical work, right?
Yeah, but
He's
yes.
on the
2 years in,
marijuana
it's like
for a
now
couple
we're
of
up to
places.
reading some books. You know.
But
That's
his
awesome.
fascination
Yeah,
with it is
so-
uncanny.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Finance book.
So
He has his own comic book,
books,
The
some
Uncanny
comic books.
Adventures of the Weed
I
Man.
put
The
Khalil
Uncanny
Gibran's
Cannabis.
The Prophet up
At
there.
the end of the issue, there's like a different recipe
So,
for some candy.
Galvu
what
by
is
the
it?
Risen from
Construction
Wu-Tang.
worker by
It's
day.
like, yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Dealer
It's a
by
good book,
night.
actually. It's a very good book.
That man is very
I was
patient.
surprised.
Way
I
how
thought
he
it was
does it.
Woo!
It's a,
He's a very
What the
patient
fuck?
guy.
what should we call him?
No.
Captain Cannabis?
What?
Jeez,
Oh,
that was
because-
fine.
Oh, that is it.
Like, go.
Call him Captain Cannabis.
Are you talking about Governor Murphy?
No, we're talking about his neighbor. No.
I think it's to the south.
Because Murphy's fighting for your right to smoke. Right?
He's my
All the way
big,
down
he's my
south.
big boss.
I'm not
He's my
against
big
it.
boss's
I just think
boss.
There you go.
people should
South.
have a purpose
Oh.
for it than to do it recreationally.
Yeah.
You know.
Like if you needed to go to sleep or you needed to
Hard to
relax
see.
yourself so you can get to
If you
bed,
click the middle mouse, you can
I'm
twirl
okay
the
with
camera
that.
around.
I'm not okay
Oh,
with, it's
click in.
11 o'clock in the
I
morning.
apologize, lad.
You're heading on the train, and you're trying to get
How do you
shit
build
done.
roads?
You're not going to get
Right next to
shit
the hammer,
done
to the
like
left.
that.
You know,
That's your right.
Like, here's a bad example
What
of
was that?
weed.
Oh,
I walk by
just
Pace
Your left.
University every day, $40,000 a year to go to that school.
There you go.
Always
George.
smells like weed over there.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. It sucks.
Well, I catch people smoking weed at Middlesex all the time.
Yeah, but they're not spending $40,000 a year to do it.
Damn.
No.
That's a lot of money on weed.
No, they're
Yeah.
getting
Well, no, no,
financial
if you go
aid
to-
so they can spend their actual money on weed.
Right.
And it's-
yeah.
And then it gets even better than that because they smoke it in the most stupid places. Like my my venting system for my kitchen in the department, the vent is outside right underneath the front doors
Yeah.
of that building. So if they're smoking, whatever they're smoking goes in through the vent and I can smell it in my lab.
You get a second-hand eye from it.
So I get to walk outside and be like, hey,
Hey, you kids!
I know what's in that. Been there, done that.
Hey, you're an instructor there?
Yeah. And I have to tell them to leave before I call. Because I'm not going to try to be a dick to anybody about it. But I
Hey,
just
robot.
don't want it in my kitchen. Because we used to go upstairs.
The Dreadnought, I think, has the factory plans.
And we knew how to get upstairs to the rooftop, and we would smoke up there.
Right.
Cigars or whatever. But we would go up there so that we wouldn't get a fine.
Is that a weather balloon?
It's how they find their way
Now
back to
they
the
just,
city.
even the
Oh,
teachers
okay.
smoke on the
Oh, so
loading
it's
dock.
speaking.
Yes, that's literally what it's called.
Yeah.
There's cameras
Oh,
on the
okay.
loading
Yeah,
dock.
alright.
It smells
Oh,
it by the loading dock. That smells weird.
It doesn't look good right now for poor
Oh
Justin.
no, the instructors.
No, but I
It's gonna get a little
He
chilly.
can't become Hitler. We've depowered the Jew.
I might need that stuff in the future.
He's low on
Crap,
coal,
I'm
low
gonna
on
be
food,
like-
low on
I'll
everything.
get updated passes for next semester.
And it's about to get even
But-
colder.
I'm gonna be working Thursday nights. Oh. Okay.
I closed a case today.
Oh, that's cool.
My first one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
So,
Well, that means I'm just gonna get one next week, probably, or two.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you didn't answer that
Nothing's
question. I'm not
fulfilled.
gonna
It's-
How,
Right. No,
how does
no,
this
it's
game run like shit on your
personal
laptop?
Right.
Conquest.
So that means
I think it's the
Kate's
part of
case
all
was
this
resolved and they
that fuck
found
with it
a
the
new
most.
home.
No.
That's really
Not to
nice.
go into
Very good.
detail.
Oh, okay. No,
Actually,
never mind.
I
Yeah.
think if it was
Because as far as you know, there's no way to
It
turn
was-
them off.
There was no
if
risk
there's
involved.
anything,
The
it's your
children will be
VRAM.
removed.
You're running out of
okay.
VRAM.
It was a
probably
new
your problem.
one.
So it was a happy ending.
House of pleasure.
Yay.
Yep.
Nice
Yeah.
redhead.
Happy endings are good.
I like
Yay.
happy endings. I know they're
You can
not all
probably
gonna be
go
like
into
that.
the
Yeah. But it's
the
nice to
preferences,
at
like
least have
the hard
some
coded,
extra-
Yeah,
and
yeah.
turn off
No, they're
anti-aliasing
really easing me into
and
it.
shadows,
Yeah.
It's gonna just get
And-
harder, I know.
things
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Like
Yeah.
once I
Like,
complete certain
Right,
trainings,
like this particular
like,
one, this scenario is the only one
right
I can
now,
play on the
I'm
laptop
in
without
the
problem
child
because
sexual
you
abuse
never get a lot of
part,
people. Exactly.
Of
Okay.
training, there's two parts.
And all the other ones,
And
you
once
build
I
this
complete the
giant
second
city
part,
in this
then I can
crater.
get child sex abuse cases. So
Wow.
that's gonna be the toughest. That's when I'm gonna need the stuff to.
Justin's
Yeah.
not surviving
So-
this one.
Yeah.
It was gonna happen sooner or later, buddy.
Wow.
Did you piss everybody off yet?
No, he's running out of fuel.
I mean, it's
And food.
It's still kind
And
of taboo
time.
to talk about it, but
A lot of
unfortunately
stuff
it
to run out of all
happens.
the
Well,
same.
yeah.
And most of the time, it's
Negative
not
40,
strangers,
Justin.
It's somebody that they know.
Right, yeah, it's family members.
Because
Just
they're
start a fire.
rude.
What's gonna happen
Yeah.
when they run out of
The,
matches?
Yeah.
the perpetrators, they
That's
groom
why they're
them,
using
and
coal.
then they do the act. And,
Right. And then they groom them so that they stay quiet.
mm-hmm.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had some kind of news report on
Diablo
it.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about it?
No.
What's going on with it?
Pokemon
As
Day
I said, if you ask
Pokemon
Mark that
NyQuil.
question,
Yeah, it's
that's opening like
The-
Pandora's box when
What,
you close that
what would
box.
you like to know about Diablo 3?
I don't
Is
know.
it
It's
real?
really interesting.
Is that real?
It's interesting to see in my like,
No,
all
it's
the
a fictional
training
game in
group.
which I
Right.
base all
So
of my
it's a
hardware
bunch
choices
of us
on.
that got hired at the same exact
He's not
time.
kidding.
From
Yeah,
different
no.
offices
No,
throughout the
Marv is
state.
really big
Oh.
into Diablo.
So
Like,
it's
I'm pretty sure if we
interesting to see,
permanently
like,
blinded
the
Marv, he could
reactions of
still
the
effectively
non-parents,
play the
me,
game.
Uh-huh.
and other people,
I can
and then
hear
like,
them.
the parents.
Ah.
Like there's
Actually, I
like,
turned
the
down this.
parents
I
are
turned off the
even
sound
more
for a
dismissive
frames
by
per
that
second boost.
versus
But
the
yeah.
non-parents.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
What is the purpose
So,
of the game?
I mean, I guess when I become a parent, like
I don't
To
know.
kill the
it'll
devil.
just disgust me even
Um,
more.
Well,
Right.
going by
Once
Diablo
you
1.
beat
It's
the
like, I can't
story,
even
the end
fathom
game is
that I'm
just
disgusted
build up
by
your
it
character and
now.
get
Well, yeah,
better
I mean,
stats. That's
you
pretty
know,
much it.
and that's
You
where we
just
get
push yourself
mature
to the
people
limit
to
of
handle that kind of
yeah.
stuff.
Push it to the limit.
If we left it to the simpletons, we'd have lynchings, man. It would be weird.
I've beat the
Yeah.
story mode so many times over. I
It's
probably
weird to
beat
say
the
that, like,
game
no, we're gonna
incompletion
do
in
this
less
right
than
way
4
for the
hours.
system.
Right.
Everything's be fine.
Justin, someone's gonna lose their hand because of you.
We're not
If
gonna
I start with a brand new
get
character and a
forces
brand new
burned
account,
by
I could
it.
probably finish the game
so
in
many
less than 4
loopholes
hours.
Still,
Wow.
like through the prosecutor software, it's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
If I
Yeah.
decide
Because there's,
to cheat a little bit and get a couple of items to start my character out with,
Sneak.
I could probably finish the
Statutes
game in
of
2 hours.
limitations and
Yeah.
Oh,
Field
like
records and all
age,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's really hard, like if a
Yeah.
child can't.
Our sealed record policy
What?
at
Start my
NYPD
other
is so
characters?
strict. It's
Never
wow.
had a reason.
Oh,
We take
Justin.
that stuff serious.
I got a little bit into
that-
that.
that thing with the little, circle.
An 18-year-old that got
I
arrested.
turned it on. I don't
In the
think
northern
I
part of
did.
town?
They matched
Yeah.
his
But I think
fingerprints
Tuesday I played a little
with
bit.
something
and
yeah,
then I
that
that
played
guy.
a
on
little bit.
file, but those fingerprints happened when he was 17.
You can have them do something else
His
because
lawyer
they
understood
already
that.
got all the stuff.
He got the case thrown out, and he sued NYPD, and they got $1.2 million. Yeah, we had to rewrite a piece of the software because of that to refix that loophole. Yeah.
Who happened?
They can get trashed while they die.
Who got out of jail because of
you?
you?
Crime, you're getting printed.
That's what I figured.
Right. But your prints become like invalid if you're a minor. And,
Yeah,
And
like-
then commit a crime as an adult.
Right. So everything you do under 18, if you steal or whatever, it's in the record. But as soon as you turn 18, you get a clean slate. So you get a clean slate, like
It's
program.
expunged.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly what we call it. It's called expunging. But
Your second
Right.
chance at life.
right. But expunging doesn't mean deleting. It means marked
Right.
for deletion.
It doesn't mean
Right.
what?
Right. No. 'cause
It doesn't
we,
mean deletion.
Yeah, we have
Deletion!
that too. No, we have that too. You can be
Yeah.
expunged as
Right. So those records
Yeah.
are sealed. But we screwed up where our system matched the fingerprint of this 18-year-old
This is gonna get warmer.
of his 17-year-old
Right.
fingerprint.
Right.
You have
That's
2 hours of
actually
coal
illegal. You're not
left.
supposed to do that. Yeah.
I got my dude.
Yeah, and that was really specific. So it's like
I don't think your dude can keep up,
Not good.
Justin. Oh, and it's
But-
dark.
And what happens is that because
Somebody
of that,
gonna freeze to death.
they found that
Uh-oh.
they had a backlog
Uh-oh.
of 310,000
Uh-oh.
records. But they didn't know that. They
And
had
you
it
can't
in something
execute
like
people,
20
Justin.
filing
You
cabinets.
can't solve your
So they
problems through
manually
public
had to
executions
re-enter
in
and
this
had to write
time.
software to help enter it.
That's
You
how he
know?
survived
But
the
it was,
first time.
oh man, people were
Public executions every
were-
day.
heads were rolling and stuff. I know the top month we expunged
Oh,
51,000.
crap.
Oh no.
Those full 24-hour shift, just typing.
not smoking?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
The generator shut down because he
Yo,
ran out of fuel.
The commissioner was so pissed.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's like wow.
Isn't that the software that you wrote?
Yeah, no, to help them enter it, but not the matching. That's what my company writes. But
So
yeah,
whose company got in? Who actually got in trouble? Your company?
no, that
Or-
might be.
No, shut
Yeah,
down.
no, we're fine because all we do is provide the.
Our scouts are back at
We just
least.
provide the software that does the biometric matching. Our
Oh,
job
no.
is literally just
It's just
assigned
as soon as
to
it warmed
matching DNA, facial, and
And negative 22.
But it's
Good
their
man.
job to log it.
right, exactly. NYPD
Got all this
runs the
stuff.
They brought
database,
coal.
but they don't know what they're doing. They're running on Cobalt and DB2. That stuff was made in 1974.
Yeah, but they still use
No.
it for a lot of banks and
Yes,
stuff.
yeah,
Cobalt.
yeah.
Like, really old.
and-
Like I used to.
That's
Cobalt.
8-bit.
He knows. He
That's-
knows.
Yeah, I used to recruit
Right.
people, and they always had AOL email addresses.
But
They're
isn't
all
that
fucking
8-bit
old.
Yeah.
software? That was,
I thought Cobalt was a gun or a beer.
wasn't it for like
Cobalt.
8-bit?
Cobalt.
It wasn't designed for anything
COBOL.
past 8-bit processors, right?
I thought
Yeah,
you said
but the
guys
thing
saying
is, a lot of
cobalt.
our data in
The
the world is
radioactive
very
isotope.
simple.
I don't think
You
it's
know?
radioactive.
Like we could
This-
social
I mean, like, there's the
security
metal
numbers
cobalt,
are
but
very
there's also
simple. Our
isotope
names are very
cobalt.
simple. I mean, things like video.
Isotope
This
is a version
is
of
how.
the
So you're telling me
Right.
when Prince changed his name to a symbol, he was unrecognizable anywhere?
I mean, we upgraded to Unicode, so maybe it's in there somewhere.
It's a Prince logo.
The Prince logo is part of the Unicode
In fact, like
standard.
if you,
The
a friend of
upside down
mine,
question mark, yeah, that's fucking Prince right there.
yeah, right.
a friend
like-
of mine when he graduated college,
Right.
like he's a couple years younger than I am.
Prince?
He
Sure.
yeah, he went to work for New York Life Insurance,
Oh,
and they taught him to be a software developer, and I'm pretty sure that they were teaching him that crap.
He was
Oh, we
learning-
want another robot.
He was learning Fortran.
More
Yeah.
coal, damn it.
Yeah.
We're teaching you stuff
I mean,
impractical.
They do have oral
mine.
communication for Cobalt, and they
Gotta
have do
research
modern,
the
they do
mine.
modern stuff.
And research.
It's just that, yeah, they don't want to
It,
spend...
for
Are you
for a
bringing
long
these
time,
numbers
it's probably
to the
going to
computer?
be the
Actually,
way
no.
that they do it. Like until they can
these
think of
punch
something better.
cards
But
are
they
going
really
to load
haven't.
the program
You,
so I can get
just
the
don't want to spend
fingerprints
the
in.
money refactoring everything. That's really what
Wiggle,
it is.
wiggle, wiggle.
Decline the
It's gonna
research
take a
tree if you
lot
want to
of
build a
time and money to
mine.
do that.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
upgrade.
That's the only real reason.
The drawing boards, you have to
Yeah,
climb
it's
the
really
ladder
scary
if you
to
want
think
to
that
build a
your
mine.
NYPD
Where is
arrests
this?
are
left
going
side,
for
drawing
DB2
boards.
and Cobalt. It's like, what?
There you
Like,
go,
what year is
Georgie.
this? It's like, yeah, you're using
No,
we're
no.
using high-end biometrics, but your back-end's going to be Cobalt. Why?
Hey, look, Justin turned the heat
It's,
back on
yeah,
somehow.
yeah.
Good thing those people don't have to deal with customers though, clients.
They-
The back end DB2.
You know what? It was before the internet was popular, and it's a security thing for them because there's no way to access it remotely.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's...
It's
due to
closed
VPNs.
down to the point where technology advanced so much that they can't access it.
Yeah.
It's weird to think that people still program in Cobalt and COBOL, languages and databases. It's like, why? We're in 2018. No, for real.
I'm sure there's a very. I mean, there's usually
It's
a very good
it's a
reason.
money
The
for it.
guy's 60-something years old and doesn't want to learn anything anymore.
Yeah.
And the
he
thing is,
convinced
you
them
can't-
not to do
You
that.
can't wean the company off of it without the guy who knows the
Right.
old ways.
Right.
And they don't necessarily want to teach anybody either.
Yeah.
And no one wants to take the dead end job, being like a 25-year-old software developer, and where they can make more money doing real stuff instead of doing this.
Yeah,
so you're
that-
probably struggling to find people who will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, but people that want the security of a government job would
Yeah.
be willing to take that.
Yeah.
Show me the
Not very dynamic tech
So-
people are going
yeah,
for that job.
software engineers go for the risk of taking their time and getting hired for a term as opposed to a job that's nice and steady and you can work kind of at a reasonable pace the entire time.
Now, government means an unreasonable pace.
Well, to us it's unreasonable, but to the person
worker,
doing
it's
it's
very
a
reasonable.
reasonable
Yeah.
pace.
It's like, oh, this is great. Yeah.
Like,
That's how government
how long
works.
has that pothole been in that road?
How long do you want it to be there?
Until there's an incentive for me to fill it,
Someone.
we're just gonna put rocks in it for a little while.
See, the correct answer for you would be like, yeah, that pothole has more tenure than I do, so I don't know the answer.
At least you're breaking even on coal, Justin.
That would be it.
Does it happen to be under?
Somehow
does
you
there happen
came to the
be
brink of
power
death
lines underneath
and walked
that
away from
pole?
it temporarily.
Yeah,
Or is there a sewage line underneath that pole?
Just dump
or
them in
hole
a
the
ditch.
ground? Maybe we need to get that checked out first before I can fill it. Because if I put something hot like asphalt
They didn't
on
like
top of
that
it,
one.
it may
That's
melt
okay.
the pipe.
Snow pit.
So we're gonna have to wait
Into
for
the pit
approval
with
on
you,
that before
boy.
I fill that pothole. So we're just gonna put rocks in it.
The scary thing is that I saw them dig up a 120-year-old sewage pipe, and it was
Ew.
like I was looking at Captain America, the movie, how everything looked, and it was like, oh my god, this is not good,
Back when everything was burnt.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, I stepped on
There
a
was a sinkhole
mine.
in front of my sister's house last week
Say again?
in Denellen.
Oh,
There was
really?
a sinkhole on my sister's block.
Wait,
What?
how? Wait, what eroded?
No, I know.
slowly getting more.
Obviously
I see
the
that.
road.
Yeah, but
But-
was it a pipe or was it
Alright,
actual land erosion?
Oh, I'm all-
It
I
was
almost
land.
had
It,
Oh.
sinkhole.
Besides the
So
mine,
there's limestone.
you got to build a
yeah.
factory
Yeah.
when you
So,
can.
like,
I
my
had
sister's
the
house
cotton
was
one.
probably like
I think.
You built
30
it?
or
Really?
40 feet away from falling into a sinkhole.
Oh wow!
You got to
I don't
build
have
robots
it.
to do
I
everything.
started to get excited
I need people.
See, that's how the
for
movie
many
can
Research
other reasons,
complete.
But
Oh, wait,
The mine.
The underground mine.
she's
Alright,
2
where is
blocks
everybody?
away from 28
Oh, okay. And should she know the park?
by the train station.
Okay, so she has like that little stream going by her.
I don't know if she does or
There
not.
should be. Because
Get to work, slaves.
I can see it. Oh, well, actually no. The
Because
Back
she's
to
across the
work.
street from where the high school is.
okay. So
Good, now we can
the
take care of the
underground
dead
river
people.
won't make the sinkhole.
Yeah.
And that I don't know where that is.
Yeah. But regardless of whatever happens, if her house went, or if they deem her foundation not stable,
Do you need more wood
it's going to be a very
to make a
interesting
robot?
talk with the
I will
homeowners.
venture.
Why wouldn't they make igloos?
I know, I was building a snowboard.
Did she on top?
I think it's supposed to take place in the late 1800s, give or take.
Doesn't have
1890s.
an
They
ice-
had
Knowledge of
igloos.
such things is not.
No, they had igloos in the 1890s.
It was not common knowledge, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no, wait, no, I think it may have been.
He's alive, she's alive, I don't talk to him, they don't talk to me, we keep it that way.
It's all look good, Justin.
So what happens when the sinkhole swallows?
Apparently, I guess when people irritate me, I just don't
For 4
talk to
hours
people
until
that
you
bother
got
me.
chief.
Yeah.
That's the thing
You
that
have
most
1
people-
hour
Yeah.
of fuel. Oh
Or
no!
not most people,
Oh.
but it's a common thing. Most people do.
I'm gonna go
It's
raise the
easier to
kitchen
not
for
get
this.
aggravated at them directly.
Yes.
My sister can go
We
to
come back,
in,
yes, we need the
8
stuff
different
you
places.
got.
You know who?
No.
Everybody before Jesus. You just told me. So,
Well, according to older Christianity, medieval Christianity, if you,
They weren't the lucky ones,
he
apparently.
couldn't die for your sins because
Come on.
we're
Come
dead.
on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No.
So are you...
The
bringing
generator
up
is
the
down.
Catholic-
There's no fuel, there's no food.
So did he say you beat me to it? You're going to hell? Is that the really?
It didn't matter
No, no,
how
no, no,
virtuous
Are you
you were,
kidding
like,
me?
In Dante's
Alright,
Hell,
now you're just starting.
in
Alright,
Dante's
awesome.
Inferno, like Socrates, Plato, all the good people, but predated Christ.
Right.
No matter how good they were, they went to the first circle.
I know, man.
Where they didn't suffer. They were
Eat
just alive,
sawdust.
and they could see heaven from where they were.
You're not part of our club. You're
Had to do something.
The
But you don't have any raw food in the first place.
humans evolved moral sensibility like
At least those are
incrementally.
warm.
People didn't have this idea in the Middle Ages
Eat
that
each
you
other.
couldn't be held responsible for
Oh,
something
we have that.
you had no
They're over there.
control over. Like we think that that's a really intuitive thing to us,
Right.
but that's not
Right?
like
Nobody
that's
gathering
that's not an
gold.
intuitive
Research-
thought
I'm
from the human
researching
mind.
mine.
Yeah,
That's built on
Oh,
accumulated
no.
knowledge.
right.
So,
Yeah.
like what is it? It's Kant's imperative, not imperative,
Oh.
but his insight. Should
Uh-oh.
implies can.
Yeah.
So you cannot be
2%.
required morally to do something that you
1%.
cannot do.
Right. Dude, isn't Eric? He's a big Jung and Khan fan. Yeah.
Jung.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, that's how they say it. Okay.
You
Yes,
pulled off
I don't
miracles
read much of
before.
the,
Yeah.
Can Justin
I
do it
still have a
again?
book by Nietzsche I have to read.
Nietzsche wrote some good shit.
Yeah. So.
You can get most of it without having to read the whole thing, but you should read the whole thing because most of the time they're not very long.
I found getting the audiobook helps me out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've
because
not enough
God
wood.
is wordy as hell.
Oh no!
Also the
so close
Penguin.
so far.
What was it? Meditations by what's his name? Shit. What was that?
The
last
cart.
emperor?
Descartes.
Descartes. Is it? No, not. Is it?
This went from bad to worse,
are
Justin.
we talking about? He's not.
What's
He's the last great emperor of Rome. The fourth. The fourth.
Oh no!
Cicero? I don't know.
No, I have to look it up.
Oh, wood yet?
Cicero's a-
Can I finish the stupid
Yeah.
road?
No,
Oh no, this guy was a philosopher also.
That's finally.
Marcus Aurelius.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
there you go.
Yep. Yeah. I had to audiobook that shit because reading it was too hard.
Roman
You're just like,
philosophy,
nope, not listening to
Roman
you
philosophy,
guys.
like you
Yeah.
could just glance over it because it's not very good. It's not like it wasn't Plato, and even Plato isn't really great anymore.
Yes, I know.
He played
We're hungry.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, contemporary philosophy is more analytic and rigorous, and they're not as into thinking about.
What'd you pick?
Oh, what is it?
I
that
can't
makes
deal
a
with this
chair
right
a chair. They're not thinking about those
Oh.
more metaphysical kinds of questions.
semi-pussy way.
Philosophy's grown
Yes.
up.
Okay.
Well, he told them they're going to eat sawdust in the
Not that
meals,
there's no
but they don't
place for
have
that
any
type of
meals
thing.
with the
It's just like
sawdust
the
in.
Where do I get food
Best
from?
philosophers are.
You have to build a farm, man. It's called a hothouse. Seeing food.
Probably there's a lot more
All the way
room
on
for
the left.
magicians
This is too
and
That's a hothouse.
mathematicians in it.
It's basically a farm.
Yeah.
like I said, man, it's like
So simple.
you need the
silly
robots to do
pop quiz.
everything, but you also have to
Which
climb the
philosopher
tech
said
tree
that beers
to be able to do everything in the first
God
place.
exists and,
Oh
and
shit, I
that he
should
loves
probably turn
us.
this.
I heard that Ben Franklin
Can
said
you,
that,
you don't have
but
any call.
I also have heard that he didn't actually say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I
you're
heard
going
that
off the thing in Brick House.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. It's
But
everywhere.
I think that quote may be misattributed, but I'm not sure. I don't really think.
Yeah, no shit.
I guess you could call him a political philosopher of the time, but it's more of a statesman, really.
Yeah. So
All right,
let's see.
Justin
beer
has
and
solved the
guns
coal
were
problem
defended
for
by
now.
The forefathers.
but people are still starving.
If like
I'm working
high-tech
on it.
porn existed, maybe they
You
would
still have
do
a
that
socialist
also.
paradise.
Do organ transplants.
Or died of culture shock.
Yeah. Oh, my week has fell off.
Eat the dead.
Oh, wait, if the internet existed, they would have defended that, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you know, Ben Franklin couldn't defend that.
All right.
Yeah.
People are no longer
Less
freezing to
slaves.
death.
And he definitely couldn't.
I think you're more about problems.
Now you gotta figure out how to
And he
feed them.
definitely couldn't have defended something he didn't know.
It's like slaves. I'm like, I was thinking more about
Need
problems,
more wood.
but okay.
God damn it. One thing I like doing is banging whores.
Yeah.
Told you I don't want to play with
True
whores.
thing, Franklin. True thing, Franklin.
He
Wait, I need
fathered kids with his slaves.
You need a hell of a lot more wood
But
to
I think
build any
that's more Thomas
robots.
Jefferson.
Oh, it's a
Two robots.
I don't
You
know
don't
if
have
Ben
enough to
Franklin
build
had
one!
slaves. I can't imagine he wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I heard Franklin and somebody.
But he was a lecherous fellow when he did bang whores.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, whores.
yeah. He went to France and got a portrait done. While.
Alright, what if you took all your steel workers out because you have max steel?
Where's
Jefferson went to France?
The
Yeah,
bottom.
there's a painting.
gonna
He
be-
loved the French.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a painting.
So they're not doing anything
of him
productive in the steel
France
plants.
that he commissioned that he never picked up.
You're
when
going
he
to
was
work
there
on a
helping
song
to pen the Declaration of Independence
Okay,
in
so it
France.
says Anthony
We
Bourdain
got most of our
actually hung
ideas
himself.
from the French.
No, it's the other way around.
Really?
So it was by hanging.
I mean, it's not that there wasn't an exchange. but,
Right. Yeah.
as far as like the French Revolution, the principles, at least at the start,
right.
were very similar.
Need
to
like
those
three
of
more.
Exactly. Yep.
Wait,
Their revolution went in a very different
wait,
direction.
wait,
Yeah.
so the
Yeah.
French got most of their ideas
Nah.
from us, and now like,
Well,
oh,
we
shit,
didn't
we're
get
overrun
it.
now.
We didn't make it up either. It's it was a
So can
blending
he
of,
research
like,
it,
English
build it, and
tradition
have it start making
Right,
food
John Locke
before people start
with,
starving to
you know,
death?
These new
That's the
English
question.
principles that
Right.
the idea
22?
the idea
The
of
answer is no.
tolerance
Probably
of
not.
people's
23,
religion because
24, 26.
this idea
Oh
that
god.
you know you may have your beliefs and they're dear to you, but
30
everyone's
Nope.
belief can
28
sound
people are
stupid to
starving to
someone
death.
else.
Right.
So it's kind of like
They can deal with it.
Right. And that I
Live in
imagine
that-
that being a big whole Catholic Protestant thing.
At first it was, yeah.
Okay, because they. Well, I mean, North Ireland, Southern Ireland. That's what I'm gonna say, right?
Yeah, and that's just a thing.
Yeah.
Whatever, and you have to leave it be. But
Yeah. That's not her
as
fight.
far as over
It's not
religion
her fight.
anymore,
Yeah.
you don't get that a lot.
Yes, I know there's no hope.
It's the
Leave
same
me
thing
alone.
with the Arabs. It's not about religion. It's a weird.
It is and it isn't.
There's
The
a little
thing
bit
is,
of hope,
you can't
there's just
tell
no
me that
food.
you can't tell me that war isn't more a part of Islam
Why is
than
research
it is
stopped?
with Christianity.
It's
You're right.
nighttime.
Because the reason it isn't that Muslims are bad people. It's
Right.
that Islam has not grown up, so to speak. It hasn't.
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
It doesn't have the luxury of growing up and shaping and being shaped
Well,
by.
you know what?
There's
Maybe
no
we
hope
should
people
work.
could
tradition, which
Right.
nut
involves
it out.
just learning a trial by fire. Why?
Except it's
intolerance
about to
doesn't
get
work.
colder.
Right, and you know I do agree with that, especially since we have the internet.
We should be
now,
grateful
you
what
can
we
read
have, I
about literally anything on your
suppose.
computer now.
Yeah, but it's
We
cold.
really- I
I'm
guess what's
hungry.
troubling about contemporary Islam is that you have people with access to the internet and who have great educations, but due to the
You don't need it.
It's got cold.
Stone Age.
the influence of
Yeah.
Islam within their culture, not only being a religious force but a legal force.
Oh,
in
now
many
you're out of
cases.
wood, huh?
And that the idea that there is this blurring between morality and the law.
One
I
step
guess, you know
forward,
what
3
the
steps
weirdest thing I
backwards,
saw
and then
was?
one step to the
You
side.
got guys that are
Yeah.
super educated, access to the internet,
Right.
that are fucking barbaric jihadists.
Hopefully. Yeah, well, Osama bin Laden's an excellent example.
Yeah.
Hey, he was
multi-billionaire.
All right, you gotta get that farm up in the video.
Yeah, he took judo classes when he was 14, 15 years
More,
old.
yeah. Need
More
more wood
at the mall.
The terrorists blowing. I shouldn't say blowing themselves up.
Make sure it's in
any
heat
idiot
zone.
can strap a bomb to his chest.
Because
But
otherwise
the
it
ones
won't
doing
grow.
the high-end stuff, the really strategic
Yeah, the engineering.
Right.
That was too
Those
cold.
are smart people.
Yeah.
It's too
Usually
cold there.
very educated or wealthy.
Yeah, it's right next
Exactly, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not enough.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean,
Tear it down before they start building it.
Osama bin Laden
Why?
See the thing?
turned
It says
out
it's too
like
cold.
the Kardashian. No, but I'm being serious.
Yeah, it's too cold.
I mean,
Exit out,
we
exit
make
out.
fun of the Kardashians, so I'm not afraid that Kim Kardashian's gonna blow herself up. You know, I mean, sure, I make fun of pop culture people.
Yeah,
but,
it's the whole thing has to
I
be
would
enveloped in
rather
that heat.
Osama bin like Kim
Yeah, like
Kardashian.
yeah, someone.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what? If that was a choice, then Kim would
Maybe, just maybe, Justin.
Kim was really good, actually. That's weird.
If people don't die in the next 24 hours, you might be able to salvage
I can't
this.
prove, but
You're gonna work longer hours.
He used to play Counter-Strike.
It wouldn't surprise me if he was in hiding. He would have had to do that.
Yeah.
I don't like.
Wow.
He had all that porn apparently.
They don't need to eat and sleep.
Isn't that what you do in Counter-Strike? You hide from the seals?
I'm killing everyone. I'm busy.
It's literally.
We're hungry!
No, he's fighting for real. No, but yeah, supposedly he was up on music and technology.
Oh, put the robot on it.
It
It'll
wasn't
constantly
dumb.
make food.
It's weird.
Well,
No,
raw food at
it's
least.
kind of like how someone can be a fanatic or a cult leader.
Yeah.
They can usually be a very intelligent person, but there is still something that is completely mad.
He
that's
went from
compartmentalized.
negative
Right.
8% chance of
But then
surviving
other
to
delusion.
maybe
Right,
5%
like other stuff, like
in the
he
positive.
may be an excellent car mechanic. Like,
Yeah.
like out of, you know.
You have one
well,
food,
you
Justin.
see that with religion generally and in more benign circumstances.
Right.
Where
It's a
someone
start.
believes,
It's
literally
something.
believes in transubstantiation. That's the bread and wine
Right.
in mass
Turning
literally
into-
becoming the blood and flesh of Christ.
Right.
Literally.
Nice.
And the idea
How
that
did
that's
this
happening is
conversation come about?
fucking stupid and crazy.
Yeah.
But you can meet a person who's extremely accomplished, got a 1600 on their SATs or whatever the fuck,
Sure.
2 degrees in like biochemical engineering, that still believes that.
Yeah. You know, here's the weird thing. I guess back in the day, they're like, oh, well, you can't take it
Atheists.
out and look at it anymore. It's gone when you swallow it. But now it's like, oh, no, you could literally cut somebody open and get it out. like we know that's possible.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
Oh, but it turns back if you try to look, if you try to observe. it.
Oh, reverse
wait,
substitution.
let me get this right. So, I can't jerk off, but you're gonna go get a bite to eat at church.
Yeah. So like, what?
Give a whatchamacallit.
So I always.
Cookhouse.
The wording of the catechism.
Yeah,
I had this
somewhere.
big book of catechism when I was in school, and
It's too
there's
cold.
like a few paragraphs about masturbation, and it's like the
Oh, I need a
most
heater.
like Vatican II.
Or you can build
wording
it in
ever,
the
where
one of the heat
it says that
zones.
it's still a sin, but like such and such, age maturity. Needs
As
to be
long
taken
as
into
you're
account.
sorry, gotta forgive you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
See,
Yeah.
that was an interesting thing. I noticed that Mark and Rob and Brandon kept saying Vatican II. They have this weird categorization of this neo-reformation. You
Well,
know?
because
Yeah.
that's when a lot of people, and not a lot of people feel, but it's when they started moving away from these like paleo-conservative ideas that were just too harsh.
When did that happen? In the 1900s? Vatican II?
Yeah, the 60s to the 70s. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was like after.
That's
St.
why
John
Mel
Christ.
Gibson's father, Hudson Gibson, is like a 102-year-old man. He's what they call a traditionalist Catholic instead of a Roman Catholic. He believes that the current pope and the current papacy is like under the sway of like, Semitic conspirators, Jews.
I should have
And,
known.
yeah, and
Justin.
yeah, and he believes that it
Duels are legal. You don't have to
it's
feel
not
like that.
legitimate, and that Vatican II was a Jew conspiracy.
Because like it's
Damn
weird
them.
because like
Damn
he says like the current Catholic
All right,
Church is
all right.
under the conspiracy.
They can now start making food. That's a good
Jews.
start.
Yes,
Was it-
and the New World Order, like
Yeah, it's like wait, wasn't Jesus a Jew? I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
he worked in his dad's business. His mother thought he was God's gift. He's Jewish.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh no, Justin.
There we go.
He lived with his mom until his 30s. He's
Yeah.
Jewish.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Wait, are we
He
Jewish?
was 29 and a half.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess so.
I guess we're Jewish.
I need it back.
Huh?
Are you cut?
What?
Are you cut?
No.
Well, then you're not Jewish.
Who's watching the new Halloween trailer?
TMI.
We don't believe in that. No.
It looks so good.
That's barbaric. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? That's
Yeah,
not
well,
I will
here,
definitely
I heard
watch
this
that.
really fucked up anecdote one time. There,
Yeah, take it off of that and put it on another
doctors
one.
put a baby.
Really?
Male,
You don't have
male
No
baby
fucking
under
way.
An MRI, brain scan, whatever the fuck.
Sure.
I can't believe it.
Before,
Yet again, Justin has temporarily staved off disaster.
and the same areas
How'd you do it,
associated with
merchant?
great
He
trauma
starved his own people for a couple
were
days.
damaged after the circumcision.
Yeah.
And
You know,
when,
the usual.
when the board of
Ah.
And
when
then
their
he fed
bosses
them
found
soup.
out, they
made
were
it
put
with-
in front of like a
with
trial
sawdust.
because doctors and lawyers are
delicious.
they're their own industry, like they're
Right.
regulating themselves.
Right.
So there's like a board that you have to answer to, like a Supreme Court for
It
doctors.
tastes like wood. It
And
is wood.
They were threatened with like losing their licenses unless they
All
destroyed.
right, well, Justin, you
the
somehow
festivals
have a
and everything.
chance.
Like,
Damn.
It's not much of a
there-
chance,
there's
but
this
it's a chance,
weird,
a chance.
Chances are
silly,
Well, it's going to drop 2
It's-
levels.
it's-
in a second.
yeah.
fetishistic thing about circumcision in the United States and the medicine surrounding it that they will not even entertain a study.
How did you enter this line of conversation? I need to
I
know.
mean,
It
it's
went
weird
to
you have that for a lot of
penises
things.
about
Like
2
people are like,
minutes
oh, why
ago.
don't they have gun studies? Because you're
What the
banned it from being studied.
It, was,
I mean,
it started with
I mean,
the, I
even-
guess,
even
some
if you're
Jewish
pro-gun or
and
anti-gun,
led into the...
And suddenly we're talking about circumcision? What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was always about circumcision. It was
I
never about
learned
penis.
something
It was
I
never
didn't
not
know.
about the dicks.
No, I couldn't do it.
You can never close Pandora's box.
No.
Man, that was that what we're calling it now? Pandora's box?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's a very cold. But at least you have a new robot.
I got a new robot.
But it's just very cold now.
Is it another walking brain spider?
Yes,
Yes.
That's what they are, right?
basically.
God, that's like some like.
It's what technology would be if we never invented the graphical interface. We'd have robots doing everything for us. They would not be intelligent whatsoever.
Then we wouldn't need graphics cards.
Exactly.
They're actually mining for bitcoins. Mine.
I mean, you know the irony. What is the best self-driving car we have? And the answer is a horse and carriage. I'm not even lying. That's exactly what it is. Wasn't there like a? Did you
Give me
tell
a
me about
second,
that?
I'll
About
get
the
to
drunk guy and the horse. The guy had a horse thing. He was drunk.
do you have a
but
spare robot
he
or
got
no?
out of the ticket because he
Yeah.
argued that the horse.
What if you
was
put the
driving
spare
and he
robot
was
in
like,
that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to get out of DUIs, but my car's driving. Not me.
Right, yeah,
I'm in the back seat, dude.
Right. The horse is in control, and
I was
he
gonna say,
wasn't
if you
guiding
put
it,
the
horse
robot
took him home.
there,
Yeah.
we wouldn't need another.
So it was
There,
like,
I mean, you'd have to be
so
breaking
yeah.
some other law when
I have
you
two
do
yeah,
that.
robots
yeah,
gathering.
yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Kind
you're
of
in the
third one
backseat
now?
of your car just driving. How do you
It's on
stop
the
it?
other
Oh, I was
Stop
doing
the
food.
car.
That's the third one.
How do you stop it? That's a nightmare.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
That's actually a weird nightmare.
I may be disowned, but I'm a proud man.
With the driver
A
not
care
being
house.
there when I was a kid.
That'd be so weird looking.
Yeah, it's like a
that
fallen
a
dream,
nursing
you
home?
know,
Yeah.
where
What are
you
you
can't.
gonna do?
When you're
He lost his
driving,
hand to
you can't
frostbite.
stop going towards the
Or
forest.
where you can't, where you put your fingers out and you can't do force
What's a
lightning
care
in your
house?
dreams.
I guess
There
I
we
could
go.
nurse
Oh, you
home.
can
I
you
know,
can
uh,
assign
Sometimes
into
just
law.
sparks come out.
Oh, it's a law.
Anyone who's a
swim.
cripple will live there. They'll eat less.
After I learned how to swim, that shit stopped. Like really quick. You know, it's like, oh, all you gotta do is learn how
I'll
to
be
swim.
honest, Austin. I don't think it's gonna work out.
You're
Yet again, though, you're surviving longer than
I
you
just
should
realized how
be.
effective, like, that
But I
was.
still think this is gonna end in
Really,
disaster.
I think that falling dream is just a fear of not knowing how to
Still
swim.
impressed you pulled it off temporarily.
And then when I learned how to swim, it's like, oh wait, it just like snapped off. Never again.
Instinct.
So yeah. But then when I was learning how to swim, it was weird and relaxing because I was in that panic mode where all you could do is think about swimming, but you blocked out the rest of the world. But now I'm comfortable enough where I could think again while I'm swimming. It's like, oh man.
Yeah, you go on autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but that was really good that you got to like escape from the worries of work and all that. You know. So.
You're a human. You're a human being. You're not good at anything, but you're kind of decent at everything.
Right. Yeah. So. It's like, no, I got better in swimming. Now I can think again. No. So, but I gotta like try to improve my stroke speed.
You'll never be the strongest animal. You'll never be the fastest runner. You'll never be the best swimmer, but you'll be able to do all of it. Just not really well.
Did you ever hear?
Tell that to the army.
Yeah, right.
I will tell to the army.
Did you hear Steve Jobs' speech on measuring all animals? And humans are pretty much at the bottom, except the fastest or the most efficient animal moving towards distance is the condor. But then somebody at
and chips and salsa.
What's that, oh boy?
Somebody at Scientific America put human with a bike on
Carry
there,
on,
and
Justin.
human with a bike beats all animals in energy consumption.
Human plus technology.
Right. So it goes to show that humans, our thing is that we make tools to become better than animals. That's how we survive. That's literally built into us.
This
Hands
is how
generally.
we survive.
Hands generally too.
Yeah. There we go.
Well, that's just the manipulator of technology.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Particularly.
At the same time, obviously, we now make our technology in our hands. We have gloves, we have fitted tools, we have,
fine motor skills.
Computers that read sign language. That's pretty amazing. Darn. One day I wish I could show you this technology I have at work, but I can't. I have an NDA.
You could very vaguely describe it.
Yeah. Oh, basically, it's a cell phone that scans your fingerprints without touching you. Yeah, that's what it is.
Like, how far away?
Think of the Stingray 2, but on crack.
My face to here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You have a Stingray the triggerfish for catching phone calls?
Yeah, the Stingray 2 is the one that has all the different antenna connectors and everything else, and it intercepts all kinds of traffic.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I don't have the
Is
resources.
Stingray
Damn
the
it.
thing that detects the cops in the areas? Or that's K2?
Radar?
No, the Stingray is the device that the cops use to listen in on cell phone traffic.
Oh!
Well,
yes,
no.
I know, yes, I've seen that before, yeah.
Not officially.
It's how they
But officially.
triangulate the position of the phone.
Yeah.
You can't listen in with it.
Yes, they can.
Or they can now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They can triangulate a phone just by calling up the service provider.
Right, yeah.
They can do that, but this Stingray...
The Stingray allows them to intercept the calls and interject messages.
I was about to say,
Oh.
don't most cell phones
I
have to
know,
go through like relay towers and whatnot?
Yeah.
It does.
So
You
you could just, set up a thing there to be like,
Yeah.
oh,
You can
Well,
set
what
up
the
your own
Stingray does is it latches on to the network.
it acts as a relay. It pretends,
And
right?
Yes.
and it's a
You-
man-in-the-middle attack.
You relay it
for
to
hours.
them. You relay it to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just a filter where it longs the data through.
I don't know if, you guys know that you could buy a device that repeats cell phone signals.
Yeah.
That's your man in the middle.
Oh.
Yeah.
You did poopies?
Really, Justin?
The
Yeah.
poopies?
Yeah, it's radio.
Is that what
It's
it's
Organic
user-defined
fertilizer.
radio.
No, using the bodies.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
the bodies.
You can do it for about 150
You can't use
bucks.
human corpses
My
on a
question is,
farm.
why is that legal for normal people like
They're
You
not.
can, it's just not
okay,
very
yeah, but why
hygienic.
can we buy them like so easy?
Because that's
Well, you
not
can
the
use it
law
because
case.
the Constitution doesn't apply to you. You're still breaking the law
yeah.
if you get someone else's phone call stuff, but it's not like you need a warrant to do it. You're not allowed to do it. Period.
So wait,
Right.
You couldn't get a warrant.
you weren't supposed to be
Oh.
like
This is the
you are.
answer.
I know, yeah, you're right.
This is the
yeah.
answer. You have Wi-Fi equipment at your house.
Yeah.
Once you hit 1 watt of energy
Right.
through the antennas, you're technically on the FCC no-no list.
Right. But I mean, we're broadcasting on the public frequency.
Doesn't matter.
4 and 5.
You're causing an interruption for
And
other
900.
interference to other people.
Yes. Yes, we are.
So by going past that limit, you're technically on the naughty list.
And you could
Yeah.
be charged with a federal crime.
Yeah. So, do they sell equipment that can go beyond that? Yes, with modification you can do it.
I mean, you can amp your own antenna easy. That's
Yes.
that part. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is once you start messing with other people's stuff, that's when you get the problems. Kind of like you're allowed to have fireworks, you're allowed to have prescription drugs, but once you use them in a method that's not allowed or approved, then you're on the outskirts of legality. Like if they say you take a pill every 12 hours and you take it every 10 hours, you're technically not following the rules that you were given.
Right.
But if you decide to take it all and crush it all up and snort it with a straw, you're definitely on that line of you are not taking your drug the right way, therefore it is illegal.
Right. But they'll give you the whole bottle anyway. When they,
yeah.
So.
Same reason for you to buy the user-defined radio. User-defined radio systems are not necessarily designed for cellular traffic.
Right.
They're designed for a whole broad range of everything else.
Right.
You just happen to be able to hit that spectrum to read.
Right.
But then you also have to crack encryption, which is against the DMCA anyway.
Yeah.
So
all that encryption is public now.
Not LTE.
Really?
LTE like their encryption signatures are not public.
No, I know what you're
Neither
saying.
is 3G. You would have to force them to drop down to Edge, where Edge has been compromised.
No, I know what you're saying. The protocol is public.
What does LTE stand for? I mean, I see it on my phone when I'm using the internet. What is that?
It's 4G networks.
Yeah. Something like long, something. Yeah. But I know the first one is long. Yeah. Yeah, LTE is actually meant to span to a lot of technologies. Yeah.
Yeah, but the encryption standard that the cell phone networks are using right now, you can't crack.
Right. Yeah, because we're
currently.
keys, right. Exactly.
But to force somebody to like read traffic, one good sign is being dropped down to Edge.
You know,
because Edge and GSM traffic is you're able to crack that code because it's been out for so long.
Right.
But if you are a man in the middle, you can technically tell the cell phone because your antenna is outpowering the other antenna, and you can force the phone to go into Edge mode.
Yes.
Where then you can
Harry's still alive.
all traffic.
Yep.
That's what makes it scary.
Yeah, it's funny. I know this little trick that people do on the dark web.
Wait,
and
really?
find a renegade server.
Let's say the mines should last
It'll
like
actually cause an error on the
a
server,
lifetime, technically.
So it bounces an IP error, and then you find out from that IP error who they are. It's
what the address is.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny. It's so simple. It's like, oh yeah, that's actually ridiculous.
Oh, you got the thing from the other
like,
town.
Why did I think of that? So I mean, like dark web's like, oh yeah, it's encrypted. Yeah, but these little stupid backdoor flaws. That's how they beat the dark web. Like the dark web doesn't protect you at all.
Oh, whoa.
Especially from other people who use the dark web to
Right.
protect
They don't
themselves.
need
Know how to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, taking away somebody's protection. There's so much interest in that. You know, like, oh, I feel protected, but then you don't tell them that they're not protected, and you learn everything about them. Huge business. You know.
You don't say.
Well, I know.
Black hat and white hat.
Yeah, exactly. And gray hat too.
Gray hats.
Gray hats. Actually, NYPD just opened up public Wi-Fi in the building. Nobody's using it. Like, we ain't touching.
Nobody
that crap.
smart is using it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because
They should just call it NYPD surveillance as an on-the-nose joke.
You know.
Actually, hold on a thought.
Yeah, she uses.
At one point, somebody had their Wi-Fi as like FBI surveillance.
surveillance. People do that. That's a meme. That's.
I know, but like someone on my street did it.
Yeah.
I like
No, it's been changed to given to fee.
I like Link Cease to the Past.
The He Will Not Divide Us. It apparently at some point moved to Poland. Somebody vandalized the camera.
Thank you, sir.
Poland's a based ass country, motherfucker.
The brownie.
They're not letting in any
Yay.
Muslims right now.
Ooh,
Poland, you have to take these.
No. Are they Christian? No. Well then, no. We're not taking them.
No, aren't they Christian? The Polish?
No, I'm talking about that with the refugees.
Justin,
who
you
are
look so
just
sad.
Muslim. They're like, nah, you guys can do that.
Wait, how come you people don't want this? You like the nuns better than the Muslims? It's like one tends to blow up sometimes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, a radical Christian might, take vows of poverty, whereas a radical Muslim,
Or wholesome science is God hates fags. They're
Yeah,
not gonna
even
explode.
Even that.
Justin. If you want to fix this problem, tell them to all go underground where it'll be warmer.
Being violent is inherently un-Christ-like, but is being violent inherently
You
un-Muhammad?
should start spending your resources digging down
They
and
brought up a good point.
trying to
The
put
word
coal
radical
up.
was reclaimed. Because back in the 80s, that's radical. Now it's turning back like, oh no, it's not good.
Radical used to be a mathematical term.
Well, the radical and fundamentalist are kind of interchangeable because a radical wants to get back to the root.
Yeah.
That's what it, like radix.
Yeah.
Latin.
Right.
Oh,
It's
wow.
like,
Wow.
I'm telling you, man.
That's why they call them fundamentalists. Fundamentalists,
Marvin.
roots, same shit.
Oh.
Cats. Yay.
What about cat?
No, I remember on the chat I demanded a cat picture. Got one. Like, yeah.
Apparently, her cat likes to sleep on me.
Really?
You say like it's a bad thing. I wish I could have my cat sleep on me. Unfortunately, I would die of allergies.
Yeah.
It's God's infinite joke.
I'm surprised I'm not allergic. My sister is. But
Oh.
that's how I keep her out of the house.
What happened?
Cool.
Keep the cat down.
It's okay. There's still a little sliver of hope.
She has
I have a
cat.
cat.
It's just
Yeah.
that's all
What's
there
the cat's
is.
name?
Tiki.
Yay.
Oh,
How old and stuff. Sorry.
Ever?
Oh.
Okay, now there's no hope
8
left.
years?
Yeah, she'll be 9.
There we go. Oh, so she's kind of good with people then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, cats are
Speaking
cats.
of,
yeah. Did
speaking
she
of
hide
animals,
under the
how's,
bed the first time
I mean, you could raise hope if you start fulfilling
Karen was
promises.
just fine.
No, because you know what? The first time he came over,
I knew you were gonna say
we
that,
had
man.
people over. It was like a party.
Is
so
the
she
dog
just kind
at
of stayed
doggy daycare?
upstairs.
All the time
Yeah,
now.
yeah, because
But she kind of.
I hope that I see this kind of concentration on you tomorrow when we're trying to play blackjack.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, by the way, I meant to ask you, what casino had that,
Balance.
what was the name of the game? Do you remember? The side bet that you did had bad luck on?
It was. Oh,
Jack
Buster
Jack?
Black.
Wait, she's a cat person.
So it's like you
you're
bet
a dog
$5 minimum as
I'm
a
a
side
dog
bet. He has to
person. You're a
bust by at
dog
least
person
5 cards or
also,
something.
You're a regular person.
Yeah, he busted me.
Yeah. It's like,
250 to
oh,
one.
okay, that's good.
I can't have.
I had $5
Wow.
yeah.
That's amazing.
There we go.
Yep.
If I could
And
pull
then
that off
you're-
again, that'd be me.
You're-
If we find a $5 table, then I'll play that all night.
Now.
If I had a black, it was a $10 table. If I had a
Really?
blackjack, at the
How
same
about
time,
that?
it was 10 grand.
Yeah.
Do they have it at the $5 tables at Bally's? No.
If they did, we could plop like 2 hours
$10
down.
tables are more fun
No, this
because
is pretty cool.
That's on the main
it's
floor.
more serious. Like people actually know how to play.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's
this
on
is
the
worth.
main
Well, I mean, like,
all
if you wanted to play just the side bet,
You,
you know what I mean?
Do you still have those pictures of the cat laying on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was playing the minimum with the
Where the
side.
hell did that come from?
Yeah.
You have to play the
There we go.
minimum with the side. Can't play just the side.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Let's
like,
not
wow,
like,
this looks like a normal cat sitting on a person. That's
$5
what I was
table
thinking.
with
It's
the
like, I
$5
guess it
side.
works.
Um,
You know?
We would last a little longer.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they have a. Do they have a side bet with the $5 tables?
I think you
I don't
killed all their
remember.
hope, man.
See,
They'll-
and
they'll-
I
We shall
got
see
even
tomorrow.
a better question. Do they have $5 tables?
I only played $5 tables.
They will in the
Does that say
daytime.
Negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Wasn't
Yes.
it negative 20 something?
It goes back and
It
forth.
gets colder every couple days.
It's gonna get colder.
Like right now, there's you probably can't see it from there, but there's a bunch of thermostats coming up. The
Also-
blue ones are colder, and it's about to get colder for the next 2 days.
I've got a silly question. If the sun has reduced output, what's lighting up the Earth right now?
The reflection of
The
the
sun's
moon.
still there,
Off what?
Uh-oh.
The moon.
but the sun is still there.
Okay.
It's just there's no sunspots.
The sun.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, in all seriousness, when there's fewer sunspots,
Right.
we have cold summers.
Yes. Yes.
The idea of this is, that to the
Oh,
extreme.
so they just have like a reverse solar flare. type deal.
Whatchamacallit, the mini ice age. There was basically no sunspots during that time.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Okay.
So we're doing good now.
Oh, he's
Not doing so great.
he needs hope real soon.
I don't know how to do it.
You have to fulfill one of those promises at least. Build a care house. Introduce.
I don't do.
Did you authorize it?
Bring the women men.
It'd be under
bring the
people or
men women.
health.
That would bring hope.
There we go.
happiness.
Yeah, I know I have to wait.
Oh no! I think this might be the end, Justin.
Body heat's important.
Yeah, I found that
It's 7 hours.
food makes people happy. Right?
You can open a new medical post that might make people happy.
I have 2.
Do they have
There's nobody working there because you don't have enough people.
restaurants?
Let's see.
The infinite problem of this.
Oh, there's nobody here, so I'm just
Give them the foil insulated blankets that they use when they do hiking and shit.
You know what I feel like? If it's gonna play like Sim City, the disaster that's gonna happen is like the Iron Giants would just come and start wrecking stuff. You know?
Well, the good news is I don't think it's going to be the cold that kills you. The bad news is it's going to be your own people.
Yeah, they're not happy.
All right, never mind. It's the cold that's going to kill you. Now it's negative 58.
Another 20 degrees.
It's in the
And the colder it gets, shit stops working.
yeah, yep. Dude, everything is freezing.
Yes. He's no longer growing food because it's too cold to grow food. Internet.
But even in the day, it's negative 58. Like
Yes.
at 3 p.m. Like the.
That's 3 p.m.
Well, yeah, that's the warmest part of the day here, right?
No, it's usually noon, isn't it?
No, well,
That's when
No,
the
it's
vegetables
where we
grow.
are.
What?
Slightly
That's when the
after.
vegetables
Middle
grow.
of the
They're
day.
not growing.
And while you guys were talking about circumcision, someone from a neighboring city showed up.
Uh-huh.
Damn. What?
Whoa.
He did it again.
Wait, how did you restore hope? Who did you
I
circumcise?
built a rehab facility
For what?
for people that I've had their hands amputated.
He's not joking.
Yeah, circumcision would have been better. I mean, like,
What the
oh my
hell?
god.
So, while you guys were talking about circumcision and the Jews, somebody from a neighboring city came over to beg for help.
Uh-huh.
So now you have to decide whether to help them as well as save yourself, or just concentrate on saving yourself.
Uh-huh.
It's a moral question.
Oh, okay.
And right now, Justin's barely alive, so he can't really help them. Justin, you want to help the other people?
No. Were we up?
No.
You gotta do something to restore
That's
that
a weird
hope.
skills tree. Does the skills tree keep changing, or is it
Only a
static?
fraction of it.
There's 4 different trees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. That's
Related
why.
to, like, you can make your resources better, your heat better.
Honestly, I thought I was looking at Full Metal Alchemist when I saw that stuff. Like, whoa, that's a pretty advanced tree.
Justin, it's getting cold.
Fine, I'll turn the heaters on.
Uh,
Actually, yeah.
It's not enough,
I gotta ask
Justin.
Mark, are you going to casino tomorrow, or
Yes.
are you taking a sneak at Anime Next? Or?
Yeah.
No.
No, he's gonna hang out with the cool people.
Nice.
Yes. My credit score is probably going to be shit afterwards, but...
Damn.
Like, that Justin's like...
Well, don't put anything on your credit card. What the hell are you
Oh,
doing?
Gordon, you Redditor. You normie Redditor.
Yeah.
Don't ever change Zordon.
I'm gonna subscribe you to Personal Finance. Thanks.
I don't even remember the last time I logged into my Reddit account.
It's okay. Some people can't memorize their passwords and they lose those screen names and they just pick another.
The last time I logged into Reddit here, Gordon hopped on and subscribed me to like 20 different things. I didn't look at any of them.
Like what?
I don't know. I didn't look at them.
Did you just abandon the screen name? You just
Actually,
gotta lose the way.
I think NJ Guns, which you're gonna like.
I am. I'm
Yeah. Honestly, that's a good sub, and like I know, that Mega 3 they had was actually well organized. It's very pro gun, but it is actual stuff that you want to read, even if you're anti-gun. That's actually pretty on point.
We have our own gun section on K.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's K? That's a
4chan.
K. Weapons.
Oh.
Unfortunately, anytime you start talking about weapons, someone has to post the ATF meme. Hey guys, look at this.
Man.
Oh, just use it for computers.
I think we're still in second revisions for those handful of laws since Parkland for New Jersey.
Nah, yeah, but in 180 days, the law will become
it'll become a law
active for the for the magazine capacity one, which is just fucking stupid. New Jersey doesn't have any school shootings. Not one.
Don't jinx it.
We had a 9-year-old bring a gun to school.
We had one of our classmates bring a gun to school.
Yeah, in Lakewood the other day.
Yeah. A 9-year-old?
No, wait.
You heard that she's staying over tomorrow night.
Our clip size is already limited to 15 rounds.
10 now.
Ugh.
That passed.
Are the old ones grandfathered?
I don't know. Go to NJ Guns.
They probably are, but now they're going to be like stupidly expensive.
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna.
No, I don't think you can buy them anymore.
Good luck walking back to your car.
Uber.
I'm not sure how it goes if you already have one.
If you want to see,
You might need to get rid of it.
I think you like liberal ones also. It's a weird mix. It is awkward there. I just unsubscribed today again because I'm like, oh god, you guys are idiots sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta unsubscribe and get away.
Oh, like
or just not go there.
Yeah. Well, that here's the thing. Sometimes you actually talk about good stuff. That's the thing. But you're really fishing through like 99% crap.
It's over. It's over, baby.
No, I raised the.
It's still freezing.
Hang on.
I suppose maybe if you turn the thing back to level 2. But you don't have enough coal to keep it like that. Are they still freezing? Or did...
No, I increased their insulation.
So what's happening in society here? Like they're not eating?
He's running out of fuel. And the heater's not producing enough heat to keep it.
Well, it went from 70-something to 58.
Yeah, he's playing on normal, so it'll give you a little break between the drops.
Yeah, so we got 180 days because the bill was signed I think it was signed yesterday or today.
Oh wait,
does it say it's grandfather or just?
You are not grandfather. You have 180 days to get fucking rid of it.
I don't have any. Just
get rid of what?
Anything that holds more than 10 rounds.
Right. So
any magazine that holds more than 10 rounds.
But the one
you have to forfeit it.
What?
Yeah. You have to forfeit
the clip or the gun.
You don't have to forfeit. You can't have it.
Yeah, you have to get rid of it.
It is illegal for you to have it.
You can melt it, you can sell it, whatever. Just get rid of it.
We have to get rid of it.
So then, who can buy it?
Sure. Anyone out of the state, really?
Yeah, it's a New Jersey law.
Yeah.
12 rounds.
What's it 12?
Yeah, it's just a regular handgun.
Yeah, but aren't you not allowed to sell stuff like that out of state?
Do we have to get rid of 2 rounds?
I would double check that.
Like
yeah,
clips
I would Google that.
Magazines and
I don't know.
I don't know. Handguns.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because my high point's like an 8 plus
it would
1.
be a specific state law. But, I mean, within New Jersey, transferring an actual firearm from private citizen to private citizen is way easier than it is actually when you then going to a store and buying. Right, Mark?
Especially if it's a rifle.
Firearms. Wait.
Is it called FID?
Federal Firearms Identification.
No. It's not federal.
No, yeah, it's state for us. Because in Arizona, it's open. You don't need that crap in Arizona.
It's a purchaser's permit, is what
right,
it is.
Exactly.
It allows you to buy ammunition, long rifles, and
long
shotguns.
rifles, right. But
not
handguns and not...
well, I mean, it enables you, it gives you the base for buying a handgun.
Right, it gives you the
and then you have to get a handgun
pistol
license to buy a few handguns.
Right, exactly, yes.
And you are permitted to
So... Is the mic back on?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, then we should
Stevens,
start
New
talking
Jersey.
about
So we've been talking about this
That's
the
what
whole
it
time?
Oh.
That'll be a beat up. It's got
I
your fingerprint on
think
it.
he muted it when he did his dialogue.
Yeah, whenever.
But now
if you're
we start
becoming a
talking about
politician, a teacher, or you're trying to go to New York, you have to
Yeah,
get
turn on
good
the mic. We gotta
contact
talk about
lenses.
circumstances.
You gotta get what?
Good
No, it's just that one part
full
of
set of
it.
packs and everything.
Well, they take your fingerprints when they do your firearm purchaser's permit in
Yeah.
Jersey too.
Actually,
So you're an idiot if you're a legal firearm owner in New Jersey and commit a crime with your gun that they have and they have your prints.
And
You're a moron.
You know, the funny thing is, in Vegas, if you pull out more than $500 from your credit card into cash, they make you put your thumbprint on the form.
Huh.
Yeah.
To verify that was you.
Exactly. Yeah. They're up on it, man. They're pretty strict.
You're addicted, sir.
You know where it is.
Yeah. You know what the scariest thing is? So remember when we went to DEF CON?
You have no wood. You can't research
Right?
shit.
And people were hacking the ATMs at Rio. Like, what the hell? Like, you're really reducing my confidence in this whole system.
Why are Brody fucking getting nabbed by the FBI for that?
Yeah.
They don't care. They're there.
It's weird, man, because FBI is there to recruit, not to jail.
Oh, a DEF CON.
Less than a hell of a lot longer than I thought you would.
It's weird as hell.
I
Man.
just heard con.
Hello, DeRock.
Why are you doing that?
Justin is somehow surviving despite all common sense.
Somebody, the year before you guys, 2 years before
A dying
you went,
city.
somebody actually brought in African bees.
We'll try to help you, even
let
though we're
them use the
basically
pool
barely
area.
alive.
Pool's closed.
Yeah.
Due to AIDS.
You know, the funny thing, because we were at the Rio before.
But how do African bees get in Las Vegas?
But people who like to hack things like to break other laws.
You just shake your head like, yeah, we'll help them. We're totally not helping them.
Like Michael's cousin is like a crazy like libertarian dude, dreadlocked. And he works for.
I like this guy.
A
Already.
network security firm. This is what he does. But he also buys machine gun parts from a dude in Russia via the dark web and assembles them here and sells them to people. Like.
So he's
Technically, the assembly part's not fully legal. It's fully automatic or semi?
They're fully automatic.
Okay, that part's
no,
legal.
he's done with them. He's done with them.
Building your own firearm, like, just the building part is not illegal.
See, if it goes click, 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 and it does it all with one trigger at one time,
Like,
it's automatic.
No, but fully.
People always talk about banning ARs, like, you're only encouraging people to look up ghost ARs. That's when people build up themselves, and there's no serial number, and it's 100% legal to do.
Right. Well, they have all. What was that Russian name? Something with a K. That's like it's like
Kalashnikov?
Yeah, there we go.
It's the most common assault rifle in the world.
All right.
Yeah.
We're
Assault
heading out,
rifle.
guys.
Yeah.
So we'll see you later.
Good night.
Alrighty, sir.
Good night, Tracy.
All right.
Good seeing you, man.
Hey, if I can learn what LGBT means, then you can learn that AR doesn't mean assault rifle.
No,
I can learn your made-up gender pronouns.
It's
then
the
you can learn
brand
that
name.
AR doesn't
Yeah.
mean assault rifle.
And
Hey, Shock Top's
they were
not
brought-
bad.
they
I
were
like
brought
Shock
up by
Top.
Cobalt, right? Or Colts.
What
They were
flavor
brought
is
by
Shock
Colts,
Top?
Right? AR.
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, and then they continued to manufacture it, and then
AR just became like a general word for that style of weapon.
Right.
Kind of like
like
kind of like
Xerox.
yeah, or
Yeah,
Kleenex.
or
Kleenex
Band-Aid,
or
right?
Q-tip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Hey, you want to ban an AR? It's fine. Ban the Armalite rifle. There's
Oh,
about 8,000 clones of said rifle.
You know how many like model firearm models are specifically banned by name
Yes.
by New Jersey?
It's a long list.
It's a very long list. It's like there's this thing defining these general categories, and all of those are illegal. But in case we missed any, all of these specifically, whether they fall into these categories or not, are also illegal.
Yeah.
We are the most shit upon gun owners.
No. California's worse.
No, you can carry in California.
But what they can own in the first place is even stricter.
Yeah.
A lot of websites, when you go on, they'll say specifically, especially for ARs, CA compliant.
But here's the thing, like you see again on NJ Guns, California hit down a recent ban on guns. They was like, no, we're not doing that. You know, the state of California was defending gun owners.
Except they chased out all the gun sellers except for one.
Yeah.
There's like one retailer in the entire state now.
Wow.
I wouldn't say that they necessarily have strict gun laws, but they have weird gun laws. That's California in a nutshell. California's like prior. I mean, for years, the California State Bar and the New York State Bar. Like California was the hardest bar to pass, and then New York was number 2. New York adopted
That way,
it became very easier. Right? But California's laws are so fucking weird.
Yeah.
How is he still alive?
Match well with other states on almost anything.
Yep. They're their own country.
He's pulling another upset.
Exactly
That makes me upset.
You know what the
He
bad
should
news-
not be a
my
survivor.
headquarters is in Anaheim, California,
It's
and
actually
I work
kinda
in New York City. I get shit from both angles, and the head is in France, and they're fucking crazy. No, we have a new compliance thing because we use European compliance for stuff. Yeah, so it's like, wait, why
And
are
they
you
got
doing-
their own shit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, why is it so bullshit?
I don't know. I like the European labor model where like workers aren't really hired so much as they're adopted, and it's very like
Adopted.
like
I had vanilla Tootsie Rolls.
that's the way that they
Delicious.
do labor law
Yeah.
generally and don't work too hard.
I'm telling you.
I'm bad.
You're gonna
I
come
have
with us
too much-
shooting one time, and you're gonna have a
I had
You're gonna go.
much more relaxed
I had queso.
perception.
And then you're
No,
gonna feel like your dick is
I'm
made
not
out of
against
concrete.
guns, but I don't think.
Well, let
I
me
think
tell you
we're-
something.
Yeah.
Next time we go, she's shooting.
Oh, nice.
Right, you didn't shoot last time?
She was nervous.
She was nervous for the first hour, but then she chilled.
No, I'm
She was
not,
very cool.
I'm not
Okay.
against
Especially
guns.
at
I'm
the
just saying we don't have enough like responsible guns. You know, that's all I'm saying. No, I think citizens should have guns.
I've changed my views. I used to be anti-gun.
Sure, me too.
Now I'm sort of pro.
Oh, I'm pro, but I'm not. Again, I'm in a
what
gray
happened?
area.
She
I
fired a
think
gun
that-
and she's just like, I like the power.
No, I didn't fire one yet.
Oh, you just want that power.
She saw that people weren't like twirling, doing shooting from the hip
Yeah.
and doing stupid shit.
I
Why? Because they don't want to lose their license.
had
PTSD.
PTSD. Sorry, I'm tired. It's Friday. Sorry.
It's those children, man. It's children.
No, I had an ex that had a gun, and I
And he was
wasn't
an idiot, I'm
comfortable
assuming.
with it laying on the end table and.
Do you know the stats about guns?
He just had it out in general?
Yeah.
See, that's retarded.
Yeah, well, because he was a retard living in Hamilton saying, oh, the degenerates from Trenton are going to come, and I need to be
They
ready.
do a very good job at keeping the degenerates out of
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Now I know.
And knowing is half the
but
battle.
8 years ago, I didn't know that.
But they didn't keep out Jesse Pimenta Claus. The guy that killed Megan, you know, Megan's Law Megan. That was in Hamilton.
Yeah. Ugh.
Sad story.
Yeah.
Please tell me the story. What is the story of?
You know Megan's Law?
Yeah.
Like Megan's Law, the sex offender laws that
Yeah.
and every state has some version of it.
Yeah.
Notification so that everyone knows that when a sex offender moves into the neighborhood.
They have to go around and do the walk of shame.
Not necessarily, but yeah,
Everyone
everyone
has
has
to
to
be.
be.
And
what
they
it
can't
is.
live within a certain...
Hi, are you name?
Those are local laws,
Oh,
but they
yeah,
say
just by the way,
yeah,
I'm
and
legally
they-
obliged
yeah,
to tell
1,000
you.
yards
And they have
of
the letter they have
where
to
kids
give,
can
and-
congregate.
Yep.
Right.
A playground.
All of
What
it.
is that? What constitutes a playground?
They're,
It's just a swing set, like.
That's
Right.
The only
Right.
fucked up thing is like
And they
you
they're
can
actually
get on
in
that
limbo as
list
to
if
where
like
they
you
can
were
live.
like peeing in the
Right.
bushes or something.
Or if you were 17
Really?
yeah.
And that's the other thing. The entire impetus for
It's
Megan's
too
Law
general.
was about a sex offense and a murder of a child.
Right.
But people who do things to adults go on that list too.
Or just
Right.
in general, like I said, you could pee on a bush, get
Or
caught
if
by
someone
a cop,
gets
it's
out
like,
of fucking
sure,
jail
you're
for
technically exposed to public.
someone gets out of jail after attempted murder or armed robbery, like
Not clean slate. Come on.
yeah, or it's not clean slate. I mean, being a convicted
As far
felon
as
is
everyone
hard.
else knows,
but
oh,
like
he's Joe Schmo.
people are getting like, ooh, the sex offender factor, when it's like this guy can fucking kill you.
I mean, here's the thing. They have a right now where it's a dangerous double standard. 2 16-year-olds have sex with each other.
Yeah, the Romeo and Juliet laws,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But the thing is that they could also be put on that database. You know?
Yeah, or 2 15-year-olds sending sexting one another.
Exactly. Yeah.
One tells the other one to send me
Now
nudes,
their lives are fucked.
and it's
forever.
like
Because they're kids and
if
that's what they all
if you're
do.
both kids and incapable of giving consent, then who raped whom?
Right.
Right.
If you can rape someone, then you must be
Technology,
able to consent
damn
in
it.
some way. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
But we have decided they're both pedophiles.
You're right. Exactly.
And mind you, it's actually
But we gotta fuck
clinically
your lives.
incorrect to call someone who's
Right.
attracted to teenagers a pedophile. It is
Yeah.
literally incorrect
Yeah.
Oh, really?
because pedophile means prepubescent kids.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Clever girl.
Nice.
Perhaps too clever.
Post-pubescent girl. There we go.
Pubescent, I mean, like, there's a phebophiles, which is like pathological attraction to young adults, including like mid-teens.
Oh,
15s.
speaking of shit like that, so remember Netflix tried pushing some animated show that was done by I think the guys who do Family Guy.
Oh,
it was something about like, you know,
F for Family.
It was just about like kids going through puberty.
Oh,
like some demon was falling around, like, oh, I'm the
Big Mouth.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that.
Yo,
I heard about that.
I haven't watched reference.
So,
Yeah.
I didn't particularly find that particularly offensive, but I can see like why people would frown upon it in general. But now it's gone a step further. Now they're gonna have an animated show featuring underage kids as drag queens, and basically they're gonna be the Powerpuff Girls. But it's little boys dressed as girls acting like Powerpuff Girls.
But wait, underage? What do you mean by underage?
Under 10.
Oh.
Like, think Powerpuff Girls, except these are supposed to be portrayed as little boys dressing as drag queens fighting crime.
Okay.
What?
Actually, you gotta step in. You gotta do something.
It's a kid show, though. It's it's aimed
something.
specifically at kids. I'm not sure how to think about that.
I mean, the Jew can answer this. Why are your people trying to influence culture in this way? The staircase of cultural Marxism. First, it's women's rights. Then it's gay rights. Then it's gay marriage. Then it's bestiality.
Where does it end?
I thought the funniest thing I heard, Norm Macdonald, he made a joke that some actor said something bad about Jews, so to punish Hollywood, the Jews made it rain for a whole week. Like, what? Like,
Norm Macdonald is a great anti-joker. Like,
yeah, so he said, like, that was pretty funny. He's like, okay, yeah.
He is truly a comics comic.
Right.
Like, comedians, like, good comedians will watch him. Like, I really believe that about Norm Macdonald, that comedians will watch him and laugh.
Right.
Because he's on their level.
Yeah, he goes on the next level, right, yeah.
When he was doing that show that Jerry Seinfeld does, where it's like driving with celebrities in cars or getting coffee with actors or something. And he's they're driving around, and Norm is saying like, so Patton Oswalt said that, do you think about Bill Cosby's legacy will be tarnished? And he's like, what the worst part is, Patton said, was the hypocrisy of it all, and I disagreed. And he's like, oh, so you disagreed? And he's like, yeah, I thought the worst part was the raping. The thing is, most rapists are hypocrites.
Right.
You don't see a rapist walking around like, yo, dude, I mean, I like rape and I know it's not politically incorrect. And then, people go, hey, well, he's not being a hypocrite, and ain't that the worst part?
That's pretty good. He's
so
right.
Clearly, it's not the hypocrisy that's the worst thing.
No, he's right.
I think it's kind of stupid and it's conceptually incoherent to call a rapist a hypocrite, or really anyone who does something immoral that's also a crime a hypocrite, because the entire they don't want people finding out because they don't want to get caught. It's not because they want one rule for you and one for them. Right. It's because publicly doing these crimes is against their interest. It's not hypocrisy.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess what they're pointing out, obviously, if you do a crime, you want to keep it hidden. And we get that simple level of hypocrisy. Right.
I guess if you're pontificating,
right,
like if you're lecturing about the moral peril of homosexuality, and then you do a gay act,
right?
Like so many Republican legislators over the past 20 years.
Playing footsies.
Well, he didn't do that. He never spoke out against gay people, but the Minnesota there's a recent one in Kansas or Minnesota.
Right.
Father of 3. He just had like a male prostitute in his house, I guess. Yeah, he was fucking him, and then he got caught, and then he had to resign. I guess that's worse, because saying it's evil to be that is gratuitous hypocrisy. You did not need to be saying those things publicly.
Right. There's this book I just audiobooked, The Bluest Eyes by Toni Morrison. this religious character. His name is Stopehead Church. He's a black dude from West Indian origin. But the thing is that he was a good talker, and he did, he spoke, he does this gimmick saying that he can do magic and remove all your sins and, crap like that. So, right, exactly. So, he basically, this girl, what's her name? Paola, something with a P. No, Pecora. Yeah, Pecola Breedlove. That was a little girl, and she was a black girl, but she was like a black little ugly girl. Okay. And that's literally how the book is written.
Where does the black part come in?
Oh,
she's ugly. It's
No, she's black, but she's also
little
girl. Right, she's little, but her family, they have a certain look that people don't like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so they're unfortunate looking people.
Nothing left,
exactly.
Justin.
And that's part of the story. I'm not...
No hate left for you, Justin.
Right. So she says that, she sees these girls on TV saying, like, well, I want to have blue eyes so I can be pretty like the other girls. That's her only wish.
That's sad.
And then, this guy's like, oh...
The contacts.
Well... Yeah, well, this is
it's shallow, but it's a simple solution.
Well,
oh my God, died.
Well, this was in the 1940s, 1941. I'm sorry. Yeah, so.
He was going to
So he says like, "Oh, look, yeah, you're so pretty, and the bluest eyes," and then he has sex with her, this little girl who's like 12 or 13 at the time, and she gets pregnant, and she loses the baby. But basically, the whole sex part of it was to prove that she was beautiful, but in reality, it was weird. It was weirdly screwed up. It was well written. That book, that book is really well written. It's kind of, it rips your soul, man.
What's it called?
The Bluest Eyes by Toni Morrison. And the first half of chapter 1 is nonsense. They do that to drill that to make you feel like really numb, and then out of nowhere else, this huge statement comes out in the middle. And it grabs your attention. Like, wait, what just happened?
Okay, and this is a pretty old book, 1970.
Yeah,
okay.
By Toni Morrison.
And I guess Toni Morrison's a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recommend the audiobook. She reads it. She did an excellent.
Oh, really? I like that. I like that when authors do their own.
And
their own
she hit it on the nail, man. She did the impressions and the way, and ironically, I had the book also, and I had it in a jacket. And I went to a club. Somebody stole my jacket, and the book was in there. I was more pissed about losing the book than my jacket. And God damn it, I'm still reading that book. And then 3 months later,
you made them learn.
This is a quick read too. It's only 220 pages.
Yeah, it's actually really small. It's actually really small, and I highly recommend the audiobook. The book was written well also, but the way she speaks it was really good. And it was sad though. It really tore me up. Some of the things that happened in there. I
might read it because I rarely get into fiction. Ever,
yeah. Oh yeah.
But
it's fiction,
I'm always willing to go into like weird territory.
It was interesting because they're talking about like, all right, there's a thing where they're saying, how black people seem violent and just like uneducated. They go into that and they are not holding back, and it's really good how Toni read it. But then she compares it to things like what's that philosopher Diarossi?
Oh no! Someone was killed during a duel.
Dostoevsky, like oh, this person would read this and that, and so you see like she's talking and she's saying it like this. She would talk nigger language and trash, but then she would talk about stuff like that, and it would blow your mind. Like,
this game ends in 1 day, 13 hours.
Exactly. Right.
Which translates to about
$5
20
words
minutes,
and
maybe less.
Culturally literate shit.
Right, and it was like, whoa, this is really good, And it's, I was surprised how well it was written. I wasn't expecting a lot. Like, I read this other book about black culture called Why All the Black Children Are Sitting Together in the Cafeteria, and that author...
Tribalism. That's a thing.
Yeah, she kind of pissed me off in that book when she said something about...
No, that's not to say just them, it's just in general.
No, we're all tribes, we're all cults. We have culture, we all have cults.
No, I mean, like...
In high school, actually, I had a history teacher actually said, if you're dating a black chick and you're invited to go to a black wedding, and there's one other white person there, I guarantee you're going to eventually have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
It's just your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And vice versa. black person's dating a white
Yeah.
chick,
It's
goes
not-
to their wedding.
It's not
There's
based
one other
on.
black
It's
guy
not
there.
based on the
That's what they're
actual
gonna do.
color so much as the weight of accumulated perceptions about color
Correct.
on you.
All right.
Leftover
Not
tribalism.
not
It's
to
not-
pick on you, but are there going to be any Indian people at your wedding?
Yeah, you.
Besides you guys.
Honestly,
You're the
we're
one.
gonna matriculate
You're
to
the
each
one.
other and
That's
we're gonna
it.
prove this. Like, wait, I know you.
No.
You can treat us as one person.
You have a biological commonality beyond being human.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god,
not
that guy looks just
quite-
like you. I know.
It doesn't mean you're gonna be your friend, but
It's not a biological one. It's more the social
Right, the situation.
the
you're in.
social
Right.
aspect of it.
It's
Because race can be overcome very easily. Like if you have two dudes in a ring, like an MMA fight, right?
right.
And you say you have an Asian guy and a black guy, and you have a bunch of Asian people and black folks in the audience, and they're picking without knowing anything else,
Yeah.
picking who to vote for or who to root for, and more often than not, black, Asian. But something tiny, like he's from the same town as me,
Right.
will overcome that for
Right.
most people. In most cases, like, oh shit, dude's a homeboy, like he's from Old Bridge, like
Right.
go guy from Old Bridge, regardless of what his race.
because that's a smaller circle.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
But also the
Yeah.
beyond, it's a
right.
non-superficial one, so it's more substantial.
Right.
It's a smaller circle.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, oh, we're from the same.
But it's more substantial.
Country
It could
or the
be,
same
but okay,
state.
make it even bigger. From New Jersey.
It's still the same.
The fight's not in New Jersey, but you're from New Jersey and you're at a fight in Minnesota. Oh,
Right.
No. Or guy.
It's negative 112. Oh, Justin, it's over.
Not muted.
No, it is over, man.
Give them hope.
No, this is it's over, baby.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So
It's a slow death at this point.
yeah. Oh,
This is gonna end in about
that's
30
why,
seconds if he leaves off fast.
that other
You
book
you
I
made
read
it to
about
the end,
why
Justin.
all
I
the
give you
black
props.
children sitting
You
in
shouldn't
separate-
have made it to
I
the
read
end.
that because that was
But
the book
unfortunately,
that invented the phrase
two,
white privilege.
one,
that was the first time
Wait,
it was
where are you
published and
counting?
written. And
The
so I was
bottom
like, all right, I
left.
want to know the origin of this.
Prepare for the
And people
storm. You have
saying
1
this
hour,
shit.
38
so you read
minutes.
this book. And it's like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
wow,
alright, I did
the
this
book
already.
pissed me off as much as that phrase did.
Like I said, you
know?
made it to the end. I didn't
So-
think you'd made it this far.
I was like, wow, she's really a piece of trash. But hey, what can I say? But yeah, Toni Morrison's book, amazing. I didn't expect it to be that moving. So,
Fiction will do that.
yeah, I may give my dad that story too. I just had him read The Alchemist. He loved it. He can't stop talking about it. Yeah. He read it a month ago. He still loves it.
Didn't even give me a chance.
We have failed.
Does
We
the
didn't
furnace
save a
go
thing,
out?
not even our own lives. Oh.
But the fires are still going. How are people dead?
Yeah, that's not
They
fair.
know.
They should have let me ride it out like they did last time.
Yeah.
The end, we die in vain.
That's not. Who's to say it's in vain? You died trying to survive. It was for the purpose of trying to survive.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think the UFC fight example is a poor example because you're now entering a combat scenario. Granted, it's a simple,
Okay,
but
chess tournament.
no, just any
Actually, that's
kind
a
of
good
group
one, yeah.
get together, just generic. You're the new guy. You don't know anybody here
In prison.
Yeah.
besides your friend.
Yeah.
You know Rob.
Right.
Everyone else here is white. Oh, he's Indian. You're gonna talk to him at some point
Right.
Well,
because you have this in common. But yes, like you said, you're from the same town. That's a smaller group than just he's Indian.
But I'm saying that anything else could overcome the
Right.
racial thing.
Exactly.
Most
Yeah,
things can.
something in common.
Yeah.
Right.
You're the new guy. You have nothing in common except you know this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, actually, that's a good example of that. When I started the job at JK Design, the first thing I looked for is all Kane University grads.
Ah, yeah.
That's something in common. Yeah.
Because everybody there was mostly Pratt. I'm like, oh man, these guys are like high rollers.
You have a safe, automatic conversation starter.
Oh, we have the same professors. I'm like, oh yeah, you know Robin, you know Rose, blah blah blah, and this and that, and alumni. First thing I look for is alumni.
Mm.
The number one thing I look for in an advertising firm.
That's
You go for your alumni.
in a
you
sense
go for your
that
boys,
is
man.
in a sense that is your tribe. We are from the same school.
Yeah, you're in the same corner.
You have the
Don't talk to
tribe
each other.
on this limited aspect of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go for
It's
your own
caveman
life.
leftovers.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, that's the only way to have a membership or to leverage membership in a group. Is it's limited to some extent. It has to be exclusive in some way. It can't just be everyone. Otherwise, it gets watered down and no one gets anything. It's like a union, really.
Mm-hmm.
You're there together for your interests because together you could assert interest. But if everyone could join the union, then what?
You made it to the end,
Wouldn't do
Justin.
anything.
That's not bad. Technically, you unlocked the next scenario.
The refugee.
That one is that's
You've
all right.
seen this one?
That's for
if
another time.
Gordon or Danny ever got
nothing.
into this game, that's the one they should play.
The sub-Saharan Muslim
Yeah, that
invaders.
is socialism.
Play it.
No, that'll take like 4 hours.
Oh,
But this is the socialism one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, boy, you gotta go to sleep soon.
Well, we're going to casino. But I'm just saying, like, in the future, if you two ever just like have,
12:07.
call it a few minutes. But sorry. Basically, in this scenario, there's always an influx of people, and they are sick, they're hungry, they're dying, they're unskilled, and you take in all of them.
You know what the worst part is? They're Syrian.
Well, if it was Europe, then
Yeah.
You know what they call a cheeseburger in France? Alos or
What?
It's the Pulp Fiction thing, you know, like we know what they call a quarter pounder.
The Royale.
With cheese, they call it a Royale with cheese in France. And he was quoting the meme where it's that scene from Pulp Fiction,
Right.
but since, you know, Paris is overrun with a
Muslims.
horde of sub-Saharan Muslim invaders,
It's displayed in Arabic.
it's in Arabic.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Thank you.
There we go. You know, they do have like a section, like you know how they have Chinatown and stuff. They have that equivalent of an Arab section there, and it's weird because
You got to the end. I give you props.
the way the
that one's not
inherent rules go there, like
Yeah.
like girls
The
stay
other
inside,
Once you get
guys
used to
may smoke
micromanaging
and
the
drink
robots,
outside,
it
but
is
guys
the
are
most
not to go
manageable
up to girls, and girls are not to go up to
It's just
yeah. That
this is
kind
only
of
your
thing
second
is
time
happening
playing.
there,
Yeah,
so-
and also what's really horrible is that, like, the situation in northern African countries, or African countries in general, is so bad that Europe could absorb these refugees from Africa, fleeing Africa, and it would not relieve the strain on resources in Africa a bit. But Europe would be permanently altered.
No. I got this one.
You know, it makes me